I'm alive. I'm alive. Good morning. Good morning. Jenna, super serial. I'm super serial. You've been here since 6:46. Lord, you're dedicated. Morning, Dory. I was going to name this something else because, well, I'll talk about it in a little bit. How are you guys this morning? I think Miss Demeanor slept in. Maybe she got some really good meds for her toothache. I hope so. She was in a world of pain yesterday. So, so how are you guys this morning? I have to tell you about this really heartwarming email that I got yesterday. And I'm not going to say who it's from, but it was just so sweet. And it's, hi, Lady Claxton, Temptress of the South. That is such, I'm going to say Lady Claxton from now on because it's so much easier to say than your whole name. Try tagging that in a chat. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So yeah, last night was another good stream on Sub Lives Matter. I wish more subscribers would, go up on the panel. But I guess it will happen. It's going to be a work in progress. Good morning, Remy. Good morning, Amanda Ray. Um, it's a work in progress. It was only the second week, so I don't know if they're going to switch off like one week, you know, um, Smokey, and then the next week Tracy. But we'll have to see how that plays out. But it it turned out pretty good. Uh, I'm just going to address one thing and one thing only. The Life with Jen stuff. Uh, you know, she's been blocked everywhere. Um, and Miss Demeanor and I never speak of her at all. We never speak of anything that she told us. We never speak of her daughter. So if she was insinuating that either of us have doxed her or gone into any chat, she's barking up the wrong tree. I think she did this to herself, and she's trying to play victim to get back in people's good graces. It's not going to work with us. We don't speak of her or anything private, not even in private. We don't speak of her. She's completely out of our minds. We thought she was gone and we were well rid of her. So her popping up in streams, and it seems she pops up in streams that I go into, um, you know, whatever she's doing, she's starting to do what she did before, and it's ridiculous. And from what I understand, wherever she said that docs was removed. So yeah, try again. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But good morning. Good morning. I didn't even know she had any kids or kids. Well, she just made sure everybody knew last night. So it is what it is. So, anyways, but I was going to talk about, and I'll wait till a few more people, about this email I got yesterday. I'm not sure if it was yesterday or exactly when I got it, but it was such a heartwarming email. And I'm not going to go into details about it, but she'll know who I'm talking about when I tell you. Supposedly removed right away. However, the host had read it up all. Unfortunately, that does happen. Um, hey, Samara. Um, Unfortunately, that does happen. If it happens to me, I Usually I will take this, well, always take stream down when I've read it out loud. If I'm made aware of it, because some people will use their real names on here as their channel names. So how are you supposed to know? And see, now we can't even check. We can't even check. Usually you can tell if it's in, underneath like a name, like a troll name or whatever, if it's a dox or not. Hi, Melinda. Good morning. Oh, good morning, Bay Beauty. Beautiful. Uh, good morning, Lil Kelly. Lil Kelly? Is there a Lil Kelly, Lil, and a Little Kelly? It seems to me there's a Lil Kelly too. I don't know. I could be wrong. Morning, Ams. Doxing won't be tolerated. No, it will not. No, it will not. I'm going to take. And then Jay Mack gave me this advice too, and I try to take it, but we're human beings, so we falter sometimes. But read it in your head. Read the chat in your head before you read anything out loud, because sometimes you can accidentally dox someone, and that sucks. And then they can come in here and go, "You doxed me, you doxed me." It has happened to me. So, yeah. So I'm trying to be well aware of, when I'm reading something. My regular people I know that come in here that I see every day, I know they're not doxers. So there's very few doxers on, there's very few doxers on YouTube. It's usually the same people that dox people. So, you just have to be careful of troll names and stuff like that. But anyways, I was going to tell you about this email I got. So, and I'm not going to say her name because, she said she's a lurker. She listens to my live streams, and you'll know who you are. Um, it was the nicest email I got, and it made me feel so good. Um, but the gist of it was she was laying by the pool and she was listening to a certain a certain creator. And I'm not going to mention that creator's name either, but I guess people started coming over to her and she goes, "Oh my God, was my volume up too high?" And these people said, "Oh, no, no, no. This is better than a soap opera." So they all started listening. I guess it was a mother, daughter, and son. And they all started listening to this certain live stream. So it was pretty cool. But she also told me that she listens to me and supports me, and you know who you are. Thank you so much for that email. It meant the world to me. Um it was so sweet of you to reach out to me, and I appreciate it. And you know who you are. I'm not going to say your name, but I did email you back. I don't know if you got it or not, but I did email you back. Carla, what does your husband think of your live streaming? I posted a discussion between me and my boyfriend about what he thinks of my participation in the drama community. Okay, he doesn't mind my live streaming, especially when it's not all about drama. What he doesn't want anything to do with it. First of all, he doesn't understand it. He doesn't understand that I can go a whole day without watching TV and just watching YouTube, that I've gotten caught up into this. He doesn't mind the live streaming per se. He doesn't like when I get upset. You know, he says, "Why do you do this to yourself? Why do you put yourself through this?" That part he doesn't understand. The fun, the camaraderie, the friendships that I've made while I've been on here, he's completely on board with that. Yeah, he knows. Sometimes he's right in the kitchen and he'll listen a little bit. You'll never see him on camera. He wants nothing to do with being, on camera or out in, but my husband hates it. Exactly. He doesn't mind my activities as of recently, but hated what I was doing in the past. Yeah. My husband, um, here's what my husband, this was before I went live streaming, I would listen to a certain creator and he would come in from work, and I'm not going to mention her name either, and he would go, shut that effing thing off. Because he didn't like listening to it. And he couldn't understand. Hey, Ben, he couldn't understand why I would want to listen to someone scream and yell and carry on and call names. He just didn't get it. And yeah, but lately he's been okay with it. Like he'll, even on the weekend, he'll say to me, "Are you going live today?" He's, he's okay with it. He thinks it takes up way too much of my time. That, if I'm in the car and I'm listening, I'm listening with my earbuds in. He doesn't understand that I would rather listen to that than an audiobook. I would rather listen to YouTube than an audiobook. But other than that, he's okay with it. I don't know. My husband hates it. He doesn't mind my activities as recently. Yeah. If you don't get yourself involved in too much of the craziness on here, when I went on my channel crying, that fired him up the worst. I'll never ever fire up Live with Emotions ever again. Yeah, and that's what misdemeanor has stopped me from doing, because I'll be on a really like upset or something, and I'll say, I'm going live, and she'll say, no, think about it. And thank God for her, because she stopped me many times from going on here and just going off on a rant. So I thank her for that. It's hard to explain to people who don't get it. And Evelyn, I agree, because before I've been on YouTube now for over a year and a half. Not as a creator, and I hate saying that word creator, not as whatever I am, whatever you want to call me. Except late for dinner. I've been on here for a year and a half, and I never got it before either. Like, I could when I first came on, I could like listen to someone and then just log off for the rest of the day and watch TV. Then I started getting into more and more channels and getting interested in it. And I kind of liken it to kind of an addiction. And it's kind of like addicting to me. Like I said, sometimes I will go all day and never turn the TV on. It's crazy. It's hard to explain to people who don't get it. It is, Evelyn. It is very hard to explain to people. It's just like, well, there's stuff on TV, there's movies you can watch, Netflix. Why would you like care about what's going on YouTube? It's been a year since I had a flu, just about, and that week will still be my biggest embarrassment time period. Yeah, Ams. But we get past it, and and here's the thing, and I want people to understand this. You get past these things and you learn. And people gave me advice that I didn't take, and I should have maybe taken advice from people that knew. Ems gave me advice. Ginger Lock's mom gave me advice, and I just thought, oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. But you don't always know, and you have to listen. And I'll tell that to people that are just starting out. Sometimes you just have to listen to people and take a few deep breaths before you go on. If you go on pure emotions, if you go on emotions, sometimes it's not a good thing. It's just not good for you. It's not good for your mental health, for one thing, and it's not good for your subscribers to see you upset, because I've seen my subscribers get upset, you know, for me, with me. My biggest mistake was surrounding myself with the outside drama. I'm much happier now that I turned YouTube off. It's truly off. Exactly. And yeah, but you know what? I have I have discovered other channels. I'm watching cooking channels. I'm watching a lot of paranormal channels. I'm watching the Little House. I'm crazy about the Little House, little these tiny houses. I watch those. So I don't think it's all for me. When I turn off, sometimes I'll go into a chat just to say hi to the people that my subscribers that go in there or whatever. And sometimes I'll just say hi for a few minutes, and then I'm off to like Tiny House Nation or you know uh, living big in a tiny house, and that's the stuff that I really like. Or I'll watch a podcast like um you know what do you call it, like there's this channel I watch. It's called Explore with Us, and they talk about cold cases, crime. And I really love that. It's all about being able to self reflect and learn. It's off putting when someone doesn't have the ability, and it's bad for them not to have the ability. You're absolutely 100% right, Evelyn. Absolutely. And my husband even said to me one time, he said, "Why do you do this? Why do you put yourself through this?" And, for the few people that are so negative on here, there are so many more that are positive that I um, truly care about. Um, I surrounded myself with people that um, I know I can trust, I know are good people. And that's what I've done. And I think I've learned from past mistakes and past things that I got myself involved in, and I will never do it again. It's never going to happen again. I have who I want around me now, and that's how it's going to be. Not putting anybody down, not mentioning any. Hey, Jane, how are you, sweetie? Good morning. And and another thing I'm not going to do is take someone's word automatically. Oh, this person's bad or that person's bad. I will find out for myself. If I have a bad experience, you can have a bad experience with someone, and I can have a good experience with someone, and that's okay. That's okay. You can have a bad experience in a chat, or a good experience in a chat, and I can have a bad experience in that chat. I'll stay away. I'm not going to cause problems. I'm not going to go into a chat. I'm not the kind of person that jumps in the chat and starts. Okay, I'm just not. I'm not going to be that person. I never was that person. I don't really like being confronted or confronting people. I will always give new community members a pass for their first few months. It truly takes a bit for them to realize how effed up this place is. It does, Am. Seriously. It seriously does. And sometimes you just have to, it's like, jumping in the deep end of the pool. It's either sink or swim, and you can't throw your experience onto someone else because they might have a good experience with certain people that you don't have. So it's not fair to that person to say, well, don't go around that person because they're this or this or that. But you can't throw that on to someone else. Hi, Pittsburgh girl. Good morning. Always look for the sunshine through the clouds. I used to, but now I think YouTube has kind of somewhat jaded me a little bit, and it's sad because I really, until I was on YouTube, and seriously, I'm talking to you and I'm not mentioning any names. Until I was on YouTube, I didn't realize this kind of stuff went on. Maybe I just didn't see it, or I didn't want to see it, or I didn't involve myself enough to see it. But I've seen a lot that, that really, that I don't even know how to put it. I've seen too much. And I guess as a creator, and I hate using that word, believe me, you get a lot of stuff emailed to you and you see a lot more than maybe say, subscribers do see. You see a lot of things behind the scenes. Hi, King Gallery. And sometimes you just don't want to see it. So I kind of try to tell people, don't show me, show me good stuff. Don't show me bad stuff. So, but yeah, I got that email from that person and oh my God, it made me feel so good. And it was a long email. Let me tell you, it was a really long email and I won't go into the details of the email. But basically she gave me, told me about her experiences and how she was unjustly judged. And, I really felt for this girl. Hey, Carrie, how are you this morning? Hi to everyone. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Lots of love always. Yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I'm so not used to being up here by myself. So here I go reading. I'm reading the comments though, which is a good thing. I used to go on by myself all the time. Like I was always by myself. So, hey, King Gallery. I don't believe I've ever seen you before. But welcome to Morning Chit Chat. So what do you guys have any plans for the weekend or I know Am's probably is going golfing. Did you know that when you walk on the golden roads in heaven, the flowers open up and sing to you? I did not know that, Melinda. That's good to know. My boyfriend is on YouTube and I have to stay low due to trolls finding me and my family. This is the only channel I ever chat with. Oh, that's cool. You mean he has a channel, Pittsburgh Girl? I'm very honored that you said that. I really am. That's wonderful. I have a big tournament actually. I'd love to see you golf because myself, I would love to see how good a golfer you. I miss golfing. I really do. That's one thing my husband and I did a lot together. On the weekends, we would go golfing. We had our favorite golf course that we used to go to and they closed it. But yeah, it was a small golf course. I really liked it because, when you play a certain golf course, you get to know that golf course. Oh, he has a channel. Oh, okay. I'll tell him I said hi. Yeah. It's so quiet this morning. You guys are so quiet. I'm kicking ass this year. Started rusty, but now better than ever. That's all that working out you've been doing, Ans. All that working out. Did you know that when you walk on the, oh, I read that already. I'm going to bore you guys today because you're not used to seeing me by myself. Not used to being by myself up here. Anybody want to come up here? Here's a link. If anyone wants to come up and talk, tell me about, I watched Tracy's last night. I watched the Sub Lives Matter. I would like to see more subscribers go up on panel. That's just me and hear from them. It's a little odd for it to be so quiet. I think that last night and the last few weeks, people are drained. I think you're right, Remy. So you didn't see the reaction stream? No, I fell asleep. I completely fell asleep. Oh, I'll watch it today. Uh, Was that Jenna's? On Jenna's? Completely fell asleep. Here's the thing with me. I can't stay up at night. I just zonk out. I zonk. I will watch it today if it's still up. Hopefully it's still up, or she can give me a link to it. I went to sleep before the truce was over last night. That's what happened to me. I fell asleep before it was all the way over. I try to stay awake. I try, but I mean, I'm up so early in the morning. Like I'm up sometimes even at 4:30 in the morning. I'm up. I fell asleep during Tracy's, woke up, caught the rest on replay. Then, oh, was it his reaction or her reaction stream? Hmm, whatever. Hey, Mary. Hey, Jenny. How are you guys this morning? So I put a link in there for anybody that wants to come up. Remy can give me a Remy recap if she wants, because I totally missed it. I really did. I totally missed it. I think there were a few people that were on at the same time last night, and I just can't keep up with everybody. So I said, I went back to the truth and fell asleep. Hey, Amber K, hard pass on the reaction. Reactions. I don't know. Give me 5 minutes. My kid's therapist just got here. Okay. Tell me when you're back. Jane the Teach. But anyways, I was telling you about that email I got from that person, and it was like, hey, Two Tacos, where are you? Are you in your car on your way to hell? Hey, Two Tacos. I wanted to say this, and I didn't realize it. Congratulations on 1,000 subs. Congratulations. That's awesome. Really awesome. Now you'll get a community page, and if you don't have it right now, you will have it. So I'm really, really happy for you. Going back to the ER as soon as I'm done with help. Really? Why? How come? Oh, goodness. Sending prayers, hon. Uh, there's prayers sent. I got a tickle in my throat, so it's not COVID. It's just tickle. I'm never even on much. Yeah, but you'll have a community page, and you can go live like just from your, you can just go live. You don't have to go on StreamYards or wherever, unless you want to have a panel. Samara, have you been in here? Did I say hello to you? I don't remember if I even said hello to you. How rude of me. How rude. I'm so rude. Babe Beauty says Two Tacos, hope you get feeling better soon. Yeah, me too. Me too. Excuse me. Little Kelly says, Carla, my daughter tested twice for COVID. She used to be tested. Oh my God. Little Kelly. Oh, honey. Sending prayers, sweetheart. Sending prayers. Let's send up prayers to little Kelly. Good Lord. Sending prayers that, has she got symptoms? I know some people test positive and they have no symptoms. This is why, and I tell my husband this over and over, this is why I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to touch anything. I don't want to touch anybody. I don't want anybody breathing on me. I don't want anybody sneezing on me. I don't want anybody coughing on me. It's just, it's because of that. Yes, prayers for little Kelly. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Really awesome. She's okay. The only symptoms she has is that she can't taste or smell anything. Oh, is that one of the symptoms? I didn't know that. Um, I didn't know that was one of the symptoms. Really? Seriously, I didn't know that. God, really? This virus is just taking everybody like it's so depressing. Um, yeah, hoping you let us know how it goes, honey, please. Mine started with losing taste. Is seriously, I'm amazed because I didn't know that. All I knew about was the temperature thing. Now I'm gonna wonder if I now watch today. I'm not gonna be able to taste my food. I'm gonna say, "Oh, I can't taste anything," because I'm like, if someone tells me something, I start to develop those symptoms. That's why we didn't have a big graduation party. We invited 20 people and all family. Mary says, I have left my house only once. Mary, I've left my house a couple of times, but only to go to the grocery store, a Walmart. Um, you know, I haven't even, we were going to go fishing one day. My husband went to scope out like what it was like there. And there was like, he said there was people like right one beside the other. So I didn't go there. But starting to get a little stir crazy, like really stir crazy. You have a strange rash. Oh, is that one of the symptoms too? There's probably so many. It's probably, you know, morphed into something bigger now. Like who knows? Was it rain? Sure you will. It's taken me 10 years to get under 90. I play by the book, so I'm sure I could have gotten there quicker. What's Jenny talking about? Hang on. Are we talking about golfing? Hmm, I'm behind. Sometimes my chat just like spits up 10 comments at the same time. I don't know if you guys, whoever's on StreamYards, if your StreamYards ever does that, it just like stalls and then all of a sudden it spits up like 20 comments at once. It's like weird. Actually, I just heard footsteps. I wasn't going to draw attention to it, but yeah, I did. I just heard it. Oh, golf. Yeah. I used to golf. I did. And then I had a staph infection in my arm. I don't know if you guys can see this. You see the scars? These scars. Ever since then, I have no muscle and I can't swing like I used to swing. I used to love it. I really did. I was not a very good golfer. Very not very good at all. I had my own set though. I had my own set of clubs. My home club is hardcore, so it makes other courses seem super easy now. So I guess when you do in tournaments and stuff, you go to other like golf courses. Staph infection? Yeah. As soon as my doctor saw it, he said, well, I don't feel comfortable with you going home. So he put me right back in the hospital, and I was in the hospital for a month. Thank God that didn't happen now. That'd be awful. Cheapest cars that is so weird, Carla. I had a dream about your little friend. Oh, did you? Oh, you'll have to tell me privately. I have like 5,000 in my clubs. Oh, mine were not that expensive. I'm not that good a golfer. No, we never paid that much. Wow, that is a long time. Yeah, well, yeah, I wasn't in a well, I was in a regular hospital when I got the operations, and then they put me into a rehab center, which was the most freaking horrible, horrible time of my life. Trust me. Oh, I never want to go in that again. Stay healthy, people. Stay healthy. But that was of no fault of my own. That was some kind of infection I picked up, and they couldn't even tell me where I got it from. I don't know how you get a staph infection, to be honest with you, because I asked them, how did I get this? They didn't know. I love looking for critters on the course and befriending them. You know what, my Samara's going to get mad about this. My husband caught, but it's a no-kill trap. There's a woodchuck that keeps coming and eating our stuff in our garden. So my husband bought a no-kill trap, and we caught him. The little bugger was going to our garden, but he put like apple cores in there. So he went in there and he got trapped in there. So my husband took him about 4 or 5 miles away. So he's got the trap set again to see if he comes around again with apple cores in there. What did Em say? I started out with $250 set of Wilson's. Didn't start upgrading till a few years ago. Easy to do when one club is $500. I'm over it now for now. My dad, he invested thousands over the years, but he's really good. Like senior, you're tour talented. That's so cool. It's okay. Thank your husband for getting no kill trap. Yeah, he goes into the trap, and this thing comes down and he's just trapped in there. But then we trapped the other day because he said it again, because we are trying to like grow a garden, and the other day the only thing we caught was squirrels. So he just let them go. Mr. Remy uses Titleist or Titleist. Yeah, Titleist. Yeah, they're called Titleist. My boys caught a possum yesterday. I don't know. I heard they can be pretty nasty. I mean, mean. Hey, monkey. Uh, Remy, that's close enough. I know which ones you were talking about. Yeah, Titleist. Titleist golf golf clubs. You can get Titleist balls too. Titleist golf balls. Um, she said titties. We were naming our titties yesterday. It's like someone came up over real good. Cagney and Lacey, Elma and Louise, T, Boo, B. Oh my goodness. You think men name their, you know, Johnsons? I doubt it. I doubt it. I don't think so. I do not think so. I do not think so, Cagney and Lacey. I know. That's funny. Melinda says, I gotta go to work. Have a wonderful day. Oh, you have a great day too, Melinda. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. Cagney and Lacey, yeah. Cagney and Lacey. So does anybody want to come up, tell a story, talk about your life, blah, 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 blah. Rant, rave. Oh, Remy's coming up. She's going to give me a recap of last night because old lady from Pasadena fell asleep last night. That's why I'm going to start calling myself. Keep calling me elderly. I'm not ready for a nursing home. I don't have a walker. Oh. Oh, 2 more minutes. Okay. Well, just tell me when you're ready and I'll throw out the link. Golf just doesn't do it. I'm like Happy Gilmore. I like mini golf if I get mad. I I like mini golf, but I like regular golf too. So, yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Melinda. I hope to see you again. Uh, Remy, when I bring my kids out, I give them cheaper balls. My balls are what? $50 for 12. It can be expensive, I know. They can be very expensive. My husband and I used to go golfing and we'd like go looking for balls, how there's like there's a wooded area. We'd go looking for balls in the wooded area sometimes. I have to get some sleep. I wanted to stop in and say hello. I always watch the replays. I'm not a morning person. Have a good day, everyone. You too, Mary. Thanks for popping in. I really appreciate that. I do. I really do. I love when you people come in. Like, I mean, as in my regular people, my and new people. I just think it's awesome. I love reading, what you guys have to say because, it really is our channel. Um, you know, I don't consider this my channel. I consider this our channel. Seriously, I do. I know some people, some creators will say this is our channel, but I really mean it. Because without you people, my friends, you wouldn't have a channel. And I hope I've been making this like a pleasant place for you guys to hang out in the morning. I'll pick up a ball only if it's tucked away in the woods. Nothing worse than someone picking up your ball. Well, here's the thing. I don't know if I should say this. My husband, my husband, well, you know how men can just pee anywhere. He'll go in the freaking woods to pee. Like I won't. I won't do it. He'll go in the woods to pee and and then he'll start looking for balls, like he'll start looking for balls. So I kind of got in the habit of looking for them too. Morning, Blake. So that's my but we did enjoy doing that together. It was something that we both enjoyed. I pee in the woods all the time. Do you bring hand sanitizer and toilet paper with you? You have to do that. I keep toilet paper right in the bag and wipes. Exactly. Well, the golf course we went to, there were like washing stations, like they were like where you could, get a drink or, fill up your water bottle. So you could always wash your hands there. One thing I can't stand is if you pee and you can't wash your hands. Like I just can't do it. Uh, Samara said, read my comment. Oh, link for Jenna Moon. Oh, I'm sorry. I start gabbing and I don't see comments. I'm sorry. Apologize. I go off on something and I'm not like looking at the chat. I apologize. Wrong place, wrong time. Not sure what that's about. Probably not my business. We only have potties in 2 spots on the entire course. Are those porta potties? Because those gross me out. They really do. I'd rather pee in the woods than pee in a porta potty. I just can't stand. I can't do the smell in those things. Me and my husband can breeze through 18 holes now in like 2.5 hours, so it's not bad. Used to take us 5 hours when I first started. Yeah, it took us a long time. Are you talking about 18 holes? Yeah, 18 holes. And my husband, once he got to the golf course, He wouldn't want to just play 18 holes. He'd want to play 27. He just, yeah. And especially when it was hot. Yeah. And then the last 9 holes, I would just be driving around with him because I couldn't do 27 holes. Um, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, I threw out the link for Jenna if she wants to come up. Samara, they would never hurt an animal. Oh, yeah. Well, I won't play more than 8. I didn't like before when I was playing. Didn't play more than 18 holes. But hello, Snappy. I wouldn't play more than 18 holes, but he'd always want to, because once he's on a golf course, he never wants to leave. Hi, Noreen or Norsine. Where are you from? Does it matter? Doesn't really matter, does it? Um, I, I don't like small balls, monkey. I don't know. I don't think it matters where people are from. I don't think those are questions we really ask on here because it really doesn't matter. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I usually get the opposite. Um, we are from Earth. The Earth is flat. This is where we are from. I was watching. Oh, what was I watching yesterday? Oh, it was all like UFOs. Oh my God, it like freaked me out. I don't know if I believe in them or not. I'm like wondering. It could be. That was like, oh, what was it on? It was Paranormal Caught on Tape. It's on the Travel Channel. And they were showing UFOs, Bigfoot. They do all those things, weird things. I'm from the United States. There you go. I'm from the United States too. I don't like softball. Yes. She likes hard balls. Yes, I'm still referring to golf. Hate those soft. Sure you are. Sure you are. I'm sure you are. Okay, that's my mind went right straight to the gutter. Sorry. Not sorry. Yes, I'm still referring to golf. Hate those softballs. What's your best thing? What's your best? Are you best at putting? Or are you best at the, hitting them out of the park? You're from India? Oh, that's cool. Well, welcome, Snappy from India. Are there really soft golf balls, Ems? I didn't know that. Uh-oh, I have to pay attention to work. Still listening. Okay, Jenny, that's fine. When I worked, I was a waitress, so I could never do this, this kind of thing where I worked. But I know a lot of people like work in offices. They can listen. I don't know. I can't. Here's another thing I can't do. I cannot text while I'm driving or anything like that. I kind of turn my phone off. Or if anything, I will put something on YouTube on, but I won't I won't type in a chat or whatever. I'll just listen. I'm best at throwing a football with my opposite hand, far and straight. Who knew? You know, that's weird that you say that, Samara, because when I played baseball, I was best. I could hit better with left-handed than I could right-handed, and I'm right-handed. So that's weird. I don't know why. I'm a long driver. That's why men ask me to be their fourth. because we always use my balls since I hit from the ladies' tees and hit it far and accurate. Yeah, I forgot about that. There are, different tees that you can hit from. Jenna, is that you? Oh, there you are. Hey, Jenna.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Did you have a reaction thing last night?
No, I
Oh,
didn't go live last. I went live yesterday, like early evening, because I had an appointment and I was wasting time. So I
I
did
know. I
that
saw.
live.
I saw
Yeah,
Misdemeanors up on your panel.
that
I
was
did
the
too.
only one that I did. I have not done a reaction from last
Nice.
night. I watched some of last night and then I ended up falling asleep like you. So I didn't watch
Yeah.
all of it. I did not watch all of it.
Here's what bothered me about that stream, and I'll say it. It turned into the FOD show, and I really wasn't interested in anything that person had to say. So I kind of got a little bored because
Mhm.
it's me, 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 me.
They
FOD,
did
FOD.
end up getting her off. I mean, Tracy did say this is not going to turn into the FOD show, so she did get off. And then other people came on, and that's when I fell asleep. Good morning, everybody in chat. I see that you guys are all saying hi. Good morning. So I was coming up because this morning I was sent an article that I thought was very interesting that we have been dealing with in our community. So I figured I would read it to you.
Okay.
So, an Arlington SWAT team raids a house after a fake 911 call. So, and surprises an 88-year-old man. So basically, an Arlington police SWAT team entered a house Wednesday morning after a prank caller claimed he was a teenager who had shot his parents. They found an 88-year-old man still in bed. The SWAT team parked its armored vehicle in the front driveway of the man's house in whatever block. This is an Arlington Police Department. Come out with your hands up, officers yelled over the loudspeaker. Police warned neighbors to stay inside, and he said, "Get back in your house now, immediately, and do not come out until we tell you." Neighbors said they thought, "What in the world is going on?" Someone claiming to be a 17-year-old had called police saying he had just shot his parents and refused to put the gun down as instructed. "I freaked out and pulled the trigger," the young voice said in the call. "I guess I shot both of them. I don't know. I don't want them to die. I don't want to get in trouble." He later hung up after the threatening to take his own life and did not return the call. Police said officers responded appropriately based on the information they had. If someone calls in a serious incident like this, certainly you are going to generate a police response until you find out it's not valid. When police finally went inside the house, they found an 88-year-old man, a retired government worker, still in bed. He said he heard a big noise before they got in there. It was like something went off. Boy, was I awake when they came in my bedroom. So I wondered what they were doing here. Swatting is a fake call usually traced to an internet phone number designed to cause a SWAT team to respond. A lot of swatting deals with these online games for whatever reason. The suspect gets mad, maybe they lose a game or has a grudge against you. In this case, the prankster targeted a real teenager and even claimed to be him in the call, but had the wrong address. So basically, at the end of it, they're saying that the prankster in this case was later convicted and sentenced to 20 years
Hmm. So
for
it's a
doing it.
felony.
It's a felony.
Yeah. People
So
need to know that it's a
exactly.
felony.
And that's why I wanted to come up because We have been dealing with this for a long time.
Mhm.
So, and it's looking like, this happened in Arlington, but I'm hoping that they're slowly catching up with times. But if you pick up that phone to make a fake call, just know if they find out who you are, it is a felony. This
Yeah.
person is doing 20 years because
Mhm.
he was mad at a teenager.
Yeah. Well,
Isn't
they
that
should. It
crazy?
should be like a harsh punishment.
They definitely could have killed that man.
Oh,
Absolutely, because
definitely. Uh-huh.
mhm, they
Yep.
could have went in and if he wasn't in bed, you imagine if that 88-year-old
Oh,
man
would
wasn't
have
in
done it.
bed and
Mhm.
he was just walking around his house, he
Yep.
probably would have been shot because their
Yep.
last thing was he was going to kill himself after killing his family.
Right. That's awful.
Isn't it?
Oh, it's scary.
It
It's
is.
scary.
It is.
Hey,
Hey,
what's
Remy.
scary?
Hey, hey, Remy.
Huh?
So we what? Can you
What are
hear
we
us?
talking about? What's scary? Can you hear me?
Didn't you hear what she just said? The article she just read?
No, I couldn't hear you guys. My headphone, I
She
guess,
was talking
I don't
about
know, something's up with it.
a swatting
Oh
on
no.
the yeah.
A swatting that happened in Arlington.
Yeah.
Basically, a teenager had called 911 and said he killed his whole family and that he was
Yep.
going to kill himself, and the SWAT team showed
I
up and
was
ended
that the
up
gamer?
and yes, and it ended up being an 88-year-old man that was in the
Yep.
house, and the person that did the call got 20 years. He was sentenced to 20
Whoa.
years in jail because it is a felony. So
Yep.
I just thought that it would
Wow.
be interesting to bring it up and bring it on
Yeah,
panel just because we deal
Well,
with
do
that.
you remember that guy that was he was swatted. However, I guess I'm okay, I can't go to a different window on my phone because it'll just kick me off. But he was shot and killed by police on his front porch. It was a white house. It was nighttime. And this guy came out and he's like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "Put your hands in the air." And he like turned or something like that, and they shot him, killed him. Cops killed him.
And it was a fake call. It was a fake 911 call to his
well,
house.
they can find out
Wow.
now they can find out if it's a real call or a fake call or what kind of call it is.
Yes.
You can't just
Kicked
say,
off. Hold on.
yeah, you can't just
it.
say anything on here anymore.
Right,
You know,
because the article did say that it was like a Google number that called,
Mhm.
and they
Yeah.
were able to trace it, and it wasn't
Yep.
the kid used another teenager's name, but had the
Mhm.
wrong address that the teenager lived at or whatever. So they ended up being able to trace that Google number back to whoever it was. They haven't, I think it's a teenager because they have not mentioned the name in the article. So I think it was a teenage, but they got 20 years regardless.
Yeah. Well, we have a cyber crimes unit here in Pittsburgh. So, they work just with the internet crimes, internet crimes. So they can find out just about anything you want to know. Because they're taking a lot of things seriously now.
They
A
are.
lot of things because people are being bullied. Kids are like, committing suicide because of being bullied online. And
Mhm.
people have recourses now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's nice to see. I mean,
I
I think we're still a long ways away, but
I think so too.
it's nice to see. I'm sad for the 88-year-old that got his house
Oh,
busted
yeah,
in, but it's
definitely.
nice to see
Well,
that things are starting to happen. They are
Right.
not
the law
taking this lightly
catch up with
anymore.
technology. It's sad. The law needs to catch up with the times.
Right.
And the man that I was talking about on his porch was in Wichita, Wakita. I don't know how to say it.
Mhm.
And he literally came out on his porch. They shot and killed him. And I also that kid you're talking about who got 20 years. I think his name is Tyler, and his last name starts with a B, Burris or something like that. Obviously I got kicked off because StreamYard sucks. But
Yeah, the shot could have killed that, 88-year-old. I mean,
yeah.
God, can you imagine?
Well,
Like,
look at what happened to Cab 7.
I
He
know
was swatted
how many
10,
times was he
15
swatted?
times.
Like, bunch of times.
cops called him. They were like, huh, we got another call. For what
Yeah.
reason, I don't know why. Man is so sweet. And he's like, he reminds me of Santa Claus. No offense, Cap. And he left. He
So
left
I
YouTube.
just
He's on
his
YouTube.
name
Well,
is
Mommy
Tyler
Ramblers.
Baradas.
Sorry?
His name is Tyler Baradas. Gets 20 years for the call that led police to the shooting on March 29th, 2019.
Yep.
So this is a different one. This one
Oh.
is not the one. This is in California. A California man was sentenced to 20 years in prison on Friday for phoning a false hostage threat to police in Wichita, resulting in the death of an innocent man. So
Well, remember back in the day when all the celebrities were first getting swatted? What, Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber, and now it's just regular and everyday people. Shit's got to stop.
yeah,
I mean,
his call led to a 28-year-old getting killed on December 28th, 2017, after the caller falsely claimed to be inside with hostages and a gun.
I remember
So,
that.
Yeah,
And
but
then
this
there's
one
the
with the
Wichita guy.
88-year-old, this is new. This one just happened. So I don't,
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy.
So they just picked a random address and said, here you go.
Well,
Pretty
look at
much.
Mommy Ramblings SWAT. I mean, they came in
Yeah.
guns drawn. Guns drawn.
From what
I mean,
I
I saw
gathered,
it.
from what I
But Carla-
gathered, this teenager called the SWAT, but got the wrong address. So instead of the SWAT team
Oh my
going to
God.
this teenager's house that he was mad at, they ended up at this 88-year-old man's house instead. So it just shows, yeah, they said he got the address wrong. So this,
you mind-
yeah, it's crazy.
Do you mind looking up that Wichita guy? That's the one that I'm talking about. He comes out on his front porch, White House. It's at night, and literally just puts his arm. They shot him. He killed him. It was. I saw the video of it, the body cam footage, and I'm just like, are you like what? What's wrong with people? Like, why are you
That
trying
is
to?
newsworthy. Was that
why
in the
are you-
newspaper? Was that in the newspaper or on the news or something?
Oh,
Is that where you
man,
found it?
it's everywhere.
That
Yeah, when
Tyler,
stuff like that happens, it's probably on the news. You can
that
probably
Tyler
find
that
it.
I just read, that is on that swatting call that you're talking about, Remy. He got 20 years for it. So it says in 2017, a Wichita swatting was a
I'm sorry.
swatting incident that occurred on December 28th in Wichita, Kansas. Casey Vineyard and Tyler Baradas were responsible for placing the fraudulent call, and their intended target was Shane Gaskill. The three
Yes.
were connected through the video game, the Call of Duty World War II. So
There's
yes,
actual footage of the kid
Mhm.
making.
yes, and he
Making
got
the call.
they got 20 years.
There's
Good.
footage of him making a call. He
Yes.
filmed himself. Oh, well, that
Yep.
was smart. Not. Carrie says it's the aftermath of all this complex PTSD, not trusting people, and I feel it for anyone that is being stalked and harassed on social media 24/7, no escapism. Evidence is always found. Exactly. That's what, when I
Yes.
called and talked to my cyber crimes unit on here, he said, if it's on the internet, we'll find it. We can find it. If
But
you're
you
being
know,
harassed.
Carla, when I asked you for that
Police.
advice that day, I ended up calling my police department and I said, listen, this is what is going on and you know, the YouTube community I'm in, and it goes on all over social media. They said log off. We don't investigate things like that.
I don't
So then-
understand that because mine made a file, complete file.
Well, then I made another phone call to a relative who is the captain of police in another town. And I said, hey, what the heck? They'll say they're not even going to investigate it. Are you kidding me?
I'm wondering if because
Yeah.
Carla's made a file because she does have a cyber crime unit. Now, Remy, where you live, do you have one? So
To
maybe
be quite honest, I don't know. I just asked.
I'm wondering if that's what the holdup is because regular cops are saying we can't do anything. You know,
Mhm.
we can't do anything. We can just make a report, but
Yep.
there's nothing we can do.
If you know
Where
who's harassing you and doing all this stuff to you, if you gather enough evidence and take them to
Yeah, they have to
they
investigate it.
have to investigate it.
That's what my
They will
relative said.
investigate it. They will. You know,
I mean,
I've talked to,
I'm
I've
not
I
talked,
being,
think it just
I
I'm
don't know.
wondering if it's the difference, you know, because
Yeah,
I've
it's
had
how
a lot of people that have cybercrime units, they report it. It seems to move a little quicker than states that don't have a cybercrime unit. So I'm
Well,
wondering if that might be the
I've
whole.
gathered so much evidence about the harassment and the bullying and the doxing that they have everything. They have URLs. They have that were given to me. They have everything. So,
Carla, somebody made an account of one of my family members who lives, I don't like 1,000 miles away. It comes into a chat, and Trisha, I could have freaking screamed at you that day, and because she read it out and she's like, "That's a dox on me," and I'm like, "Oh my god," and I was like, "Hey, if you can find the family member, that's great because I don't know where they are. I don't know." But how
is
did they
it
get
like
that
here? I
information?
think a lot of people are finding this stuff on your Facebooks because,
I don't have Facebook.
well, no, I'm just saying that my stuff that came up with my doxes came up with my dead mother's picture and my 3-year-old granddaughter's
Yeah,
picture.
I'm
But
sorry
someone
that happened.
obviously got it off of Facebook. And
Well,
then
I know the
completely
person that had my Facebook.
they
That is,
completely doxed my first, middle, and last name. And in several
oh, I'm so
chats, I
sorry.
just couldn't even keep up with it. So many
I
chats
don't
that they were in.
have
That was all
pictures.
documented. URLs were given to me. So, it's where it should be right now.
Exactly.
That's awesome. That's
I just
great.
feel
And
bad for the ones that it has happened to, and they're not getting anywhere. You know, they're
yeah, they're
getting
not
doors closed
Yeah.
left and right. And to me, it's like, what's it going to take? You know, these people are
Yep.
calling, these people are reporting, they're
Mhm.
showing you proof. You're saying there's nothing that can be done. What is it going to take? Is it going to take for somebody to get
Someone,
seriously hurt, and then it's too late? You know, it
right.
kind of makes me feel back in the day before the domestic violence laws passed. There was this woman, and this is what it brings me back to every time. There was a woman that was in a domestic violence relationship. She was
Mm-hmm.
screaming from the rooftops that
Mhm.
her husband is going to kill her.
Killed her.
And there was nothing
They did nothing.
that they would do. They just kept closing doors, closing doors, closing doors. Finally, she went to the courthouse to get a restraining order, never even made it to the courtroom door. She was on the stairs going up, and her husband rolled up
Yep,
and shot her dead.
I remember that.
And
Yeah.
that's what it makes
That
me
actually
feel like,
happened.
because I hear so many people that this is happening
Excuse me.
to in this community, not just in this community, everywhere on
All
the
over
web. Right.
It's
Dave
everywhere.
Beauty says my small town has a cybercrime unit. You actually have to ask your police department. See, here in Pittsburgh, they take it really serious. Police officers have been killed doing domestic,
Well, that was one thing I made sure to mention to the officer that I spoke with. And again, my bad, I didn't know to ask, hey, do you have a cyber crimes unit? But I said to the police officer, due to your advice, hey, I'm concerned also for your safety because you're coming in, gosh forbid, doesn't matter who it is, not me, it just doesn't matter. You're going in and gosh forbid you go to somebody's house and maybe they have a weapon or they're, I don't know, something. And, it just, it's consideration. The
Harry
police
said,
shouldn't be
in
put at risk,
Scotland,
and
even
the
sending
civilian should.
in Scotland, even sending emails or texts that cause harassment or distress is a criminal offense. We're so strict on
Yes.
cyberbullying. Accounts are always found to hide their. Yeah, you can hide
Remember,
your
the
account,
internet doesn't
but
forget.
what?
The internet doesn't forget.
No, the internet does not forget. They know.
Yes, and police have so many techniques. You think you're hiding, you might be hiding from the
Yeah.
person that you're threatening, but you're not gonna hide from the police. They
No.
will find you
No.
regardless.
Yep, they sure will.
But I
And that's
just wanted to come up because I read that and it kinda hit me this
Yeah,
morning
it
when I
does.
read it. It was kinda like, wow,
Yeah.
it's sad to see, but nice to see that people are being held accountable. So,
Yes,
if you are
absolutely.
one of those people in this community that finds this funny or is doing this, just know you might not be caught today, but you
But
will
you
be
will.
caught. You will be, and
Yeah,
it's a felony. So you
Yeah.
might wanna think before you pick up that
is
call
your
just
freedom
because you're mad.
worth
Yeah,
is your
or
freedom
even
worth it?
doxing people, just remember, that leads when you dox someone, that can lead to, serious what now, you can be held accountable for that, so remember that too.
Somebody had
You
said it
don't
Absolutely.
once
know.
that, the person driving the car, they use this analogy, maybe it's no, I don't know, whatever. They said, the driver of the car that drives the bank robber to the bank is held accountable as well. It's the same thing. You're
Mhm,
held accountable.
right,
And I'll just say this for the 900,000th time, you don't know who's watching. You don't.
exactly. And if you
You
pass
don't
on
know.
someone's personal information to someone, you don't know how many people they're passing that on
Yep.
to. So you just be careful. And if you're saying it in a chat, God, there's sometimes 1,000 views on a chat. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Diane has had, I think, 10,000, just from my own personal experience. She had 10,000 views on a panel I was on. And I thought to myself, holy shit, that's 10,000 views. Like, uh, it's kind of
It's scary.
off-putting. Yeah, it makes you nervous a little bit.
Yeah. And you try not to draw attention to it, but
Yep.
ultimately, if someone is out to hurt you, they're out to hurt you. That's what they're doing. They're hurting you, but they're only hurting themselves because things are getting stricter and stricter. And I believe hopefully YouTube is taking this seriously because I'm so
They don't.
tired
They're
of
not.
reporting. And that's what I heard at the beginning of the year. Oh, YouTube is going to crack down on bullying, blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
No, they're
right.
not.
I haven't seen it.
You want to know
And
why? Because
and
the
to
views
me,
bring money.
right, and for
All they
me,
care about.
it doesn't matter if, let's use some names. Gladys doxed Henrietta, and then Henrietta goes and doxes Gladys back. That doesn't make it right. Both of you are wrong. So you
Yep.
have to, if you're being doxed, do the right thing. Don't clap back, because then when you go to the police and you call them and say, "Hey, I
Yep.
just got doxed," they look into it and they're like, "Well,
Responded.
Gladys, you just doxed Henrietta back, so
Right.
now you're both at blame." You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, it makes it basically like it's just not
Oh, I'm documenting
too
everything. Everything. I'm not even saying anything. I'm not going to defend myself. It's pointless. I'm just taking everything
That's what I
and
did.
asking people to send me their, whatever they have, and just whatever I have, I give to my detective. And if I get swallowed, they'll have that information. They'll know
Absolutely.
who's putting my
Right.
information out there.
But I'm just saying, two wrongs don't make a right. I get that it's
No.
frustrating. I get that, you're mad, whatever, but doing it back does not solve anything.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't.
If anything, it draws more heat.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like
not
the
the
tit for
dox for
tat
dox
thing
is
does
not
not work,
appropriate.
and it's never going to work. You go
Nope.
low, or they go low, you go lower, they go lower than that, and there's nowhere else to go but low. So what you do is you just, bide your time, collect your information, give it to the proper authorities, and that's it. And that's
Yep.
what I've done. And they've had a file on me for a while now. So
It's something
Exactly.
that needs to be taken very seriously, and it's important, if anybody sees any doxing, please try to get the information or the URL to whoever you know,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
all you have to do is email that person and give them this.
Yep.
I've gotten several people that have emailed me URLs. So
That is the other key thing.
I found
You
who
see
my
doxing,
phone
don't
account
send it to
was.
your friend and then send it to your friend and
No.
send it to your friend.
No.
You need to be able to figure out a way to get it to the person that was doxed, because it doesn't go anywhere. It ends up being
No.
placed in the community. It doesn't end up being private. It ends up being public. And then, sorry, we're all here. We all gossip. We all whatever. It's just our normal thing to do. And it ends up being blown up to something bigger that it didn't need to be. Just try to give that information strictly to the person it pertains to. I get that you want to tell your friend and your friend and your friend and your friend, but it gets nowhere. And then the other thing I've noticed is when you know something's happening and
Hey,
it's
Carla,
wrong,
I've got
you can't
Jenna. Hold on one second. Carla, I've got to hop off.
Okay.
I'll see you guys in chat. Bye.
Okay. And the other thing is when you know something's wrong and something's going wrong, the other thing that I'm seeing is people are holding that information in their back pocket for a rainy day. And
Mhm.
then it ends up coming out 3-4 months
Right.
later. That
Mhm.
needs to stop too. You can't hold that in your back pocket. If you know something, bring it to the person it pertains to, not all
Yeah.
your friends.
No. And Camp Suck said, you said YouTube did nothing over the bullying guidelines. Go Canaroo and I can't say the names, both lost videos with millions of views over it. Well, that's good. They should have lost their channels, according
Mhm.
in my opinion.
Right. I agree with you, Carla. I don't think it should have just been their
Losing views.
videos
Yeah.
and views. I think they should have had their I think there should be no ifs, ands, or buts. If you're caught on your channel doxing, it's no strike rule. You know, you don't
Yeah.
get a strike, you don't get a warning. It's instant, done, over with, in my opinion. That's how I
And
think it
And
should
I
go.
think they should be doing something about these clone accounts. I think what they should do is they don't allow someone to have the exact same name as you.
Mhm.
Like, even if they have to put a number in the name or whatever,
Yeah.
that they should, yeah, and then people would know. Like, I don't know if YouTube could do that, because that would save on a lot of cloning accounts. Like, if you see, say, my name comes up, Carla's Coalition and Crew, and then there's numbers behind it, you will know that's not me, because it can't be
Correct.
found. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think
And
that
I don't know why YouTube doesn't do that, because I know Facebook does that. I
Twitter
know
does it too.
Twitter does it. If
Mhm.
I go up on Jenna Moon and then I go and make another Jenna Moon account, it tells me you can't, that name's already been used. So I don't know why YouTube isn't caught up with that either, because that would stop a lot of the craziness. Because there is people getting blamed because as an example, Carla Coalition is in a chat doxing somebody. Everybody's coming to Carla and it wasn't even Carla. So there's a lot of things I think
Yeah.
YouTube needs to reevaluate
And it
and
was
change.
so easy to do. It's just you can't have the same name as someone else. Period.
Right.
End of argument. And if I have this name and someone tries to clone it, they need to say, no, someone else has this account. You need to either put numbers in behind it or before it, and that way people will know. And that's just my opinion. And I think that would be an easy fix for YouTube. I don't think that would be a hard thing for them to do. It sure would eliminate the cloning accounts.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree. Because I seen a lot of channels that are very famous, that are doing really well. We're small channels, but I've seen really big channels. And I've seen them talk about how their accounts are being cloned. Like, if you see this, we don't do this, we don't do this, we don't do this. Look for the star. They're like, because they've been nominated with YouTube as a successful channel or whatever, they have a star. So they're
Right.
saying if they don't have a star next to their name, it's not them. I think it needs to be more than that. I think nobody should be able to use their name. A star, nobody's going to look for a star. Sorry, they're just not.
I think it should be like I said, like Twitter does. If you try to make an account the same as someone else, they don't allow it. They put numbers or someone has that name, and that's the only way we're gonna fix this stupid cloning shit because
Mhm.
it's ridiculous.
It
But
is.
the people that know know that you don't do that stuff. But not everybody knows who you are, and they're gonna believe these assholes that say, um, oh, look at she's doxing someone because not everybody. I'm not saying anyway. I'm not saying that
Right,
assholes,
because
but
they're not only
they
using just
don't know
your
you.
name, Carla, they're using your picture. So when
I
they're
know.
sitting on their panel and showing Carla Collation
Yeah.
and the picture is the same, to them it looks like it's really you, and it's not. So I don't even think they should be allowed to take your picture, not only, your name, but your picture. I think it's crazy that they can literally mimic your channel by picture and name.
Camp Suck said there's a spectrum of malpractice by YouTube. The reason nothing is happening about the doxing here is because there is no audience. The names I can't pronounce were wrongly flagged over good videos. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, but they need to do something about these cloning. These clonings. I mean, I never saw the cloning account. Mermaid Kisses says I've been watching for a long time. It's sad to see all hurtful, vindictive things that people do to each other. I admire the friendship that are true, like Carla's and misdemeanors. I know, and I have a lot of close friends on here that
Mhm,
you don't have to advertise who your friends are. They know who they are. They know who I trust,
yep,
completely trust.
mhm, absolutely, you
Because
don't
and
have to.
that's another sad thing about YouTube is people try to get in between friendships, and I've
Right, so
seen it
you
happen.
can't sit there and say, "This is my friend, and this is my friend," and I'm so
No.
thankful for their friendship and stuff because these people, go and collect that evidence and then try to put that wedge, like you said, put that wedge into that friendship, and they sit there and they make up stories and stuff, and then you lose that trust with that friendship. It's hard, and it's sad that you can't sit here and say who your friends are or who you're close to or
Oh,
anything like that.
yeah, because people want to, and I've seen it happen with Diane and Wendy. I've seen people try to get in between that friendship. And,
Mhm.
if you're secure with your friendship and you really have a good friendship, it's going to weather that storm. But it's
Right.
just sad that people want to do that to other people on here, because there's no call for it. I mean, why? To me,
Mhm.
it's just you're jealous that some people have good friendships, and you can. And I really do firmly believe that you can have real life friendships on social media.
I agree too. You see people that go on dating sites and they're married and happily married and they met on the internet. It does happen. A lot of people say, "How can you be friends? You never saw a person in real life." To me, it doesn't matter if I saw that person in real life because it's about who they are and what, they're inside, I think it's a little better because I get to learn their true self
Mm-hmm.
before,
Get to know them,
you get to
and that's
know them.
one
Right.
thing I will give Laura props for is the women that I met through her Patreon. Amazing, amazing, amazing group of
Yeah,
women. Most of them.
absolutely.
I'm not saying
Most of
all,
them.
but most of
Right.
them.
You
And
can definitely have real friends on here, Samara, you can.
oh,
I know a
definitely.
lot of people say, "No way, it's fake friendships. You can't have a real friend because you don't go out for coffee and you don't go to the mall and you guys don't have cookouts together." That is so not true. You can have a real friendship without being together, without hanging out together. Just on a phone, you can be hanging out in my
Oh,
eyes.
you definitely can.
Mhm.
You know, you definitely can. And here's the thing, and I'm like giving kudos to Laura. Laura, I know you're used to me putting you down, but you put together some pretty amazing women that I love. I mean, I completely love to the bottom of my core. I know that they are, you know, wonderful ladies, and I will cherish those friendships forever.
Good morning, Kimmy B. Good morning, Eagle. Misdemeanor, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
MEP
sorry.
has ADD. You're fired.
I know.
How's your tooth?
It's fired.
Oh, it's fired.
Aw.
I
You
fired
going to
my
the
tooth.
dentist today?
Yes, I go at 2.
They
I didn't
probably
sleep.
won't pull it. They might not pull it today. They
They're
might
not
just
going
give-
to. It's too infected.
No. They're going to give you antibiotics and hopefully pain meds.
There's like a huge, huge knot on my lower jaw. Just fluid.
God.
It hurts so bad. I didn't
And you-
sleep but maybe 2 hours last night, and it was just the 2 right before this time right now.
I don't
What
know
time
if
is
any
it?
of you have had like, an abscess before, but when they pulled my abscess, you could actually smell the
The
abscess.
infection. The infection. You can
Yeah,
smell
you
the
could
infection.
smell the infection that came out of
Mhm.
that, and it was just like, ugh, that was gross.
Yeah. So what's everybody doing this morning?
Oh, I was
Um,
telling them. Oh, Jenna
Go ahead.
read a story about a swatting on here and how the guy that called the. Why am I echoing?
Because Misdemeanor's here, because she loves it when you echo.
I
I know
know.
she wants to like make fun of me and echo me. She was just reading a story about someone that got
Did that fix it?
20 years for it wasn't
Try
echoing.
mute in Misdemeanor and see if that works while she talks.
What?
Mute for a
Did she
second.
mute me?
No, I didn't. Is it working? Am I mute? No, it's her. She has
It
to
is.
go out and come back in.
I'll be right back.
All right. Mermaid Kisses. Oh, what a cool name. I love that name, Mermaid Kisses. That is such a cool name. I like to say, Kimmy, how are you? How is your pregnancy going? I think Kimmy's pregnant. I believe she's pregnant.
She is pregnant, and I don't
thought
know.
so.
I want to say either she's due like any day, or I don't know. Did she already have the baby?
Because when she found out she was pregnant, it was like during that whole blonde bay thing. There I am.
I'm not pregnant.
Let me try and go out and come back in and see if it works.
So I'll fill you in. So
Okay.
I found an article this morning that I saw where a person did a SWAT, a teenager did a SWAT on somebody,
Okay.
and they said that they killed his parents, and he was going to kill himself. And they ended up going to this house. The whole SWAT team came full in force, went into the house, found out it was an 88-year-old man's house that was laying in bed. So it ended up being a fake SWAT. Well, the person that did the swatting got sentenced to 20 years.
That's a good thing.
Jenna,
Can you-
you're muted. I'm still hearing a echo.
Yeah, let me try. Now it's my turn. I'll leave it back in.
Okay,
I'm just going to need the link drop, though.
I will. I'll
All
put
right.
it in the chat.
All right.
I broke her StreamYard yesterday too.
Oh, it's not echoing. Oh, yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yes,
It's got to be me then.
I guess. Hey,
You don't have-
Ash. That's
you don't have
because
any-
the guy that answered the door was killed by the cops. Yeah, I'm echoing.
Okay.
Are you jumping off?
No. I thought you were the one echoing.
No, when I mute you, I'm not. When I unmute you, I am.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay,
Give me I'll never mind.
I'll
be
give
right
you a
back.
second. Okay, she's just gonna, because it doesn't echo when you're up. It only
Yeah.
echoes with misdemeanor. I don't know if it's maybe that if she's not wearing earbuds. It's StreamYards is weird. Hey,
And
Ash,
I
you
know
said before-
when you're on a phone, you cannot have any other apps open. So if
Yeah.
she has apps in that in like the back screen of her phone, it will echo. So you literally can only have StreamYards up.
Ash said that's because the guy that answered the door was killed by cops. That's why he got 20 years. And did you know that the reason they called
Carla.
the SWAT in was they were mad they lost $1.50 bet.
Carla, Misdemeanor is looking for the link.
Yeah. I'm going to give it to her. There you go, lady.
I didn't know the reason, Ash. I just had read that article, so I didn't know it was over $1.50 bet. Wow, that's crazy. I had just read the article that they ended up at this 88-year-old man's house and he was in bed. Thankfully, you imagine if he was walking around. If he was walking around, they would have shot him.
well, he could have had a heart attack
He
too,
could
like,
have.
just from the fear, you know. So am I echoing? I'm still.
Do you have any apps open, Misdemeanor, other than StreamYards in the back of your phone?
No.
Do you have headphones in?
Yes.
Try pulling your headphones out. Now talk. See, it's gone. Yep.
Yeah,
You
it's
can't have
gone.
your headphones in for some reason.
I don't know. It's not echoing now.
Yeah, you pulled them out and the echo stopped.
Yeah,
That's
the
weird.
echo stopped. Yeah, usually that's what stops it.
I know, that's bizarre.
Yeah. Well, you don't like wearing them anyway, so that's good for
My
you.
ears really, it's really glad. I'm really glad I don't have to do it today because when I've been doing it the past few days with my tooth,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's all the way back up, on the jawline to my ear, so it's been
Mhm.
hurting.
I can imagine.
All right
Well,
then.
good thing you're getting
Okay.
to the dentist today.
Yeah, really. I'm so thrilled that that's going to happen. Not really, but
Oh, I know you're not, but you're just going to get like the antibiotics and the pain pills. So, that's better than not, taking care of it. Correct?
correct. Correct.
Okay. Did you hear what Jenna was talking about? That kid that
Yeah,
got 20
You got
years?
20 years. That's awesome. I mean, he'll probably serve 10 or less, but
Yeah, but still, it's a
your life is gone because you want to be dead.
yeah. If you want to just like call in these fake, swap calls, be ready to have to go to jail.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just, you're risking a whole lot of lives, not just the person that they show up to their house. I mean, all those cops' lives are all on the line as well.
Yeah.
Because they're expecting to show up and kind of party big.
Exactly, because this one, they had the neighbors stay in the house. I mean, they had the mic thing asking him to come out. He didn't even hear it because he's 88 and stuff, but they literally came in force thinking this teenager had killed his family and was killing himself. And he didn't even have the right address, for one. From what I read, like he gave the wrong address, so that's how they ended up at the 88-year-old man's house.
Damn. People are crazy. Why are people crazy?
I don't know.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
People are crazy.
All these dogs. They act like they have not been outside. I'm sure their daddy took them outside.
Yeah,
Come on.
weird sounds coming out of my ear speakers. That's like one. Do you hear it, Jenna? I don't know. It's like weird. I don't know.
It's so
First of all, I'm echoing, and then it's like weird sounds, like underwater sounds or something.
Right? I don't know.
Did you reboot? Did you reboot your phone?
No, let me go do that. That'll be better.
Yeah,
Right.
I think when you reboot, sometimes it fixes the problem. And therein lies the problem of getting a dox wrong. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And the thing with my address here, you can Google my name and an address comes up that's not even my address. It's exactly the same number, it's exactly the same street name, but it's in a different subdivision, like on the other side of Pittsburgh. So, what if someone
that's crazy,
yeah,
Carla.
exactly, because we've gotten their mail before, and they have exactly the same number, exactly the same street. But it's a different, a different area code and stuff. But what if the police got that address and went to that house? You know what I mean? From me being DOS, like me, say I got a SWAT called on me. It could be innocent people. So, think about it, people, if you were going to do that you could get the wrong house and someone could get killed or worse, their family, whatever.
And
You
now,
gotta think.
just because this was made public last night, I want to know what your thoughts on Life with Jen emailing Smokey P and saying what she said, but then when Pixie tried to get her on panel and stuff, she wouldn't come. What are your thoughts on that? Just because it was made public, so it's not like we're just,
No,
you
you're
know,
not saying anything that, well, here's the thing about Life with Jen. She has done this before. She has claimed that she went on to Laura's panel and claimed that I called her and threatened her daughter, which was a total lie. I know it was a lie. Since I blocked her, Mr. Meaner and I have not talked about her, discussed her. So if she's trying to make it out like we did anything to her or her daughter, I don't even remember her kid's name. Nor would I do anything like that. I think it's totally wrong. Like I think it's totally wrong. For Sweet Wheat, when she went up on panel and said she doesn't agree with it. Nobody agrees with that. But here's the thing with Life with Jen. She has a pattern of doing this. She wants to get back into this community. And I'm thinking, this is my opinion only, that she's trying to play victim. If she was doxxed, I honestly believe she might have done it to herself, because she's, got some kind of a pattern of behavior that we've seen.
Right, because Pixie did really try to get her to come on panel, and I know that Pixie was going to try to see if you or Misdemeanor could come on panel.
I would have gone up on panel with her, because I would love for her to tell me what the hell she's up to and what her game is, because I know she's playing a game, and this is just gonna stop. She's following me in chats. I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to have anything to do with her. I've blocked her everywhere.
Oh, all right, I'll leave. Damn.
No, I'm not. She asked me about Life with Jen.
Yeah.
Just because it was made public last night, and Life with Jen had wrote that email, and then Pixie tried to get her up on panel so that you guys could come on panel, and she wouldn't come on panel. So I just wanted to know what Carla's take was on it, because she did email and say, that her daughter got doxxed and blah, blah, blah. And nobody got the end result. Like, she literally wrote the email and that was it. It never went anywhere because she didn't come up to try.
Well, that's what she intended to do. She intended to,
and you
she
can't
intended to
say
come
you
in.
want back in when you're not willing. Like, I'm not saying anything like everybody has a right to have a voice, whatever, but you can't throw an email out there like that and expect this community to want to welcome you back with open arms when you can't even come up on a panel and let the persons that you're blaming be able to have words with you to try to solve it. I mean, I've been in this community long enough, and I know this community doesn't work that way. You can't play, in my opinion, the victim card, but also want to be welcomed. It doesn't work that way. Not in this community.
Here's my take. She did exactly what she wanted to do last night. She accomplished a goal, kind of. Not totally. She wanted to pop in. Am I welcome here? Okay, you're not from me and Carla. Don't be shocked when we say no, but it's not our stream, so go ahead. Then she doesn't come up. She constructs this little email, sends it to Smokey. He's going to read it, and she won't have to respond to it, thinking we won't come up. We won't respond to it. Oh, no, because that's why I got up, because you were saying things that would make people think that either Carla or I doxed your daughter. Neither one of us did.
Right. That's the
So-
impression that I got from that email, was
Oh,
that she
definitely.
was
That's
definitely
exactly what-
pointing the fingers.
That's exactly what
without
she was
proof.
trying to do. And to be honest, and I'll say this in front of 140 people, we have never talked or discussed anything other than how much we want her to just be gone. We don't want anything
Yep.
to do with it. We have never discussed her daughter. We have never discussed anything. I don't even
Oh.
remember her daughter's name. We have never, ever, ever said anything about that. He said
she-
more about her daughter last night than we've ever
Yeah.
said.
And you know, by all means, point your finger, do your worst, but prove it.
Yep.
Because it wasn't us. You're gonna have to go look through a lot of
And
people's
another
shit,
thing,
though.
we don't even go
Missy.
into Republican Ash's stream because we're not welcome there.
Exactly. I
So
don't talk to her privately. I don't know her. Republican Ash. Oh, I don't know Jen either. But you're gonna have to go and question a whole lot of people, little Missy, sneaking in and out of everybody's discords, talking behind everybody's back on the sly, all the crap you do, you and your friends. You need to go find out who did that to you, if in fact it was done.
well, you know, and I'm starting to rethink all the stuff that she said before. Like, well, she went up on Laura's panel and blatantly out and out lied, saying that I called her daughter in the middle of the night and made all these threats to her. A bold-faced lie. She sent me a text messages saying that she was going to get, what was it, a restraining order or something against me, when I had blocked her everywhere I knew how to. Apparently not on my phone because I don't know how freaking to work this.
Isn't that interesting? She wants to get a restraining order on you. You block
Oh,
her
yeah.
from everywhere,
Mhm.
but yet she wants to blame you guys for doxing her daughter and all this, but yet she wants to message you
Mhm.
privately, you know, and how was her messaging, like saying you doxed her, or was it more like,
yeah, I can read it to you because it's still there. I blocked her, but I can read it exactly what she said, and I will read it to you because it was sent to me. Oh God, it's not showing. She must have deleted it. But she sent me like a novel. She's blocked. She's completely blocked. No, I can't even read it to you. But basically what it said is, you are the only one that knows my personal information. So I'm sending you this, or I'm getting out a restraining order against you because I know it's you. What? Like, it was like, I think I showed misdemeanor. I'm like, what the hell is she? And that was after we had gotten kicked out of
yeah,
for
she,
Discord.
Babe Beauty,
When she
didn't
was-
Life with Jen use the farm too? I
Yeah,
know
she
that
did.
was another name she used. What
Yep.
I really
Adele-
believe, you know, I really believe she stalked herself. Like, I believe she did stuff like, I don't know. I think she's crazy. So that's just my opinion. I'm allowed to have my opinion.
I just found it interesting that she wrote that email to Smokey, wanted Smokey to read it, and then she was in the chat before that email was written, asking if she was welcome here. Obviously, it's Common Ground. All subs are allowed at Common Ground, so of course you're invited. But as soon as the email was read, she was ghost. She was gone.
Yeah.
But
Yep, she was
prior
gone.
to that email, she was in chat.
Am I welcome here?
But didn't
not by
Pixie
me.
said last night that she could still tag her? She was still sitting in that chat, not responding, just ghosting or lurking.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying, if you want to be welcomed into a community, not saying they're going to welcome you, but if you want to, you have to get on a panel and explain. And you have to give Carla and Misdemeanor the chance to address the things you're trying to say they're doing. You can't write emails, you can't jump around and all this and do the pity party that you're not welcome in a community when everybody has given you ample opportunity to come on a panel and explain yourself, to allow Carla and Misdemeanor to question you. And every time that offer, this wasn't the first time. She was offered on Smoky Peace the first night of Common Ground. She ghosted.
Yep.
Now Tracy did it. She was ghosted. When I did the recap, she was in my live. She even messaged me in my comment section of my live and explained that she's not welcome in the community and she don't think it's fair that, that she got exiled out of the community. But people have given you three, as I know, 3 chances to come on panel to try to fix it, to maybe be able to be welcomed back into the community, and you run. So how can we, what do you want us to do? I mean, really?
I will never talk to her again, either in a private message, on the phone. She is not welcome here in my chat. That's my my decision with her. She'd done too much. She handed over a Discord and someone recorded it and threatened us for weeks. So no, she's not welcome in my chat.
I get that, but you have the right to defend. She's running around trying to say that you and misdemeanor doxed, doxed her daughter. I would love to see proof of it. I would love that. You can't say that and not show proof. That's one thing that drives me nuts in this community. They say something based on 100% fact, but there's no proof to back that up.
I messaged Misdemeanor privately last night, and I said she had better not be insinuating that it's you and me that lost her, because that's what it sounded like to me. Because she's tried to get in, and I've seen screenshots where she's tried to get into Laura's, back with Laura. Laura doesn't even want. Look, you got a problem when even Laura doesn't want you back. Now, whether it's privately she wants her back, I have no idea. But I don't want her to have anything to do with her. There's certain people I just don't want to have anything to do with, and that's my right.
Badger, we're talking about Life with Jen. There was a Common Ground thing last night on Truth, and she had wrote an email. Smokey had read it, and then they offered her the link to come up so she could talk and blah, blah, blah. And of course, what she's done 2 other times is as soon as that link comes out, she runs.
And Jane the Teach was a victim of her. Also, Sarah was a victim of her. So there's people that she victimized on here that they're never going to accept her back.
Jane said she came back in later on y'all's live last night to say that the docs was still there. Okay, so if you're on another name or some shit in here, listen to me, Jen, understand this. You need to take that up with Republican Ash. Yeah, we weren't in the chat when it was done. We didn't do it. We don't go in there. So,
well, I know Amanda Lynn came on panel. I saw Ash in chat. I saw a lot of people in chat saying that absolutely it happened, but it was, I heard 2 stories. I heard 1, it didn't happen at all. And then 2, that it happened, but it was deleted immediately. I was kind of confused on that, but I knew it happened on Republican Ashes, but I heard 2 different, and I don't know if Ash is still in here. Maybe she can clarify, because I was
says
confused.
It was deleted.
Jane says it was deleted.
It was deleted.
She was trying to plant a seed of doubt about us, and it's not going to work, Jen. So, just go away quietly. Like, you've caused enough problems for us. Stop. Just stop. I mean, it's up to other people if they want to accept you back. I don't really care, but I don't want to have anything to do with you. I just don't.
Me neither.
So
is it me neither or me either?
I think it's both, isn't it? Can it be both?
Is it either or?
Me neither. I don't want anything to do with her. But whoever wants to have anything to do with her, God bless you. Good luck. Also, Godspeed.
No doubt.
And at the same time, of course we don't want doxing. Of course we don't want this. But when we're doing a stream and a dox comes in, as long as we the mods delete it right away, you can't hold the host or the creator responsible for that. They did the right thing. So for her to be mad at Ash because it happened in Ash's chat, her mods did exactly what they should have done. It came in and they deleted it.
Okay,
Done over, and they didn't bring any light to it. They just deleted it, from what I gathered.
Testicle says the comment was deleted, but the panel read the name out loud. It's still there as of this morning. Panel speaking it. Okay, well, that's a different thing.
Again, but
That is a
again, they need to
different
take
thing.
out that, they need to take that up with
Exactly.
Republican Ash.
She
Right.
needs to, like, either, you know,
Put
edit
that
it
whole
out.
thing, right, edit it or put it on private, because if it's not in chat, but she's speaking of it, that is two different things. I think what it was, or at least I think what she is wanting, is where whomever it was that read it out loud. Yeah, that's what we just I think that's what it is. It's because whoever was on panel said it out loud, and that is still there.
Well, Tawanda wants to know who was a panel guest, and I have no idea because I don't go there, but
Yeah, me either.
apparently it was a panel guest. So I don't know about that, but she was saying, putting out a lot of information about her daughter last night in that chat. Now, if you want to keep your daughter's privacy private, stop saying all that stuff, because she put out a lot of stuff about her last night that people just don't. She's too young. You don't want to be talking about your children on here. Just saying.
Yeah, you can't have it two ways. You can't say you don't want your daughter talked about her docs, but then you sit in the chat and talk about it.
And making it. Here's the thing: no one knows it's her daughter's name, or well, they didn't until she pointed it out. I still don't know what name she's talking about. No one would be any the wiser if she would just
leave it alone.
Yes, exactly. And she said a lot of things that she didn't need to say about her daughter last night. I saw it in the chat. Like, stop it. Don't talk about her. She's young, you know. And, you know, I don't agree with the child being doxxed.
Reader Badger's comment. Poor Badger.
I'm sorry, Badger. I went on a date a couple weeks ago with a lady I met online. I took her to a nice restaurant and tried to be a gentleman. She told me she doesn't want to go out again because my truck is too old.
And then he wrote,
I don't think I want to waste my time. I don't know.
Yeah, and then he said, then she messaged me last night, but I don't think I want to. Why does your truck have to do with who you are as a person? That,
I guess,
yeah, I would run, Badger. In my opinion, I would run. If she wants to use your truck as a reason, I would run. Just my opinion.
Oh, goodness. Well, she shouldn't have pointed out. Diane's told me this over and over again. When you see yourself doxxed, don't point it out to yourself. Like, just don't point it out, because that's when people start. Like, I did it one time. I'm like, oh, I was doxxed. Like, you know, I've learned since then. Just ignore it. Delete it. Whatever. If you can delete it, or ask someone privately to delete it. It's a 10-year-old Tacoma, but it's oh, by the way, speaking of trucks, did anyone see Miss MFW's new truck? She got a nice new truck. Really nice.
Yeah, it's a Silverado, white. Yes, I did see it. She did. Yep.
She's got it's a really nice truck.
I wouldn't want to pay the gas prices, but it is a nice truck.
No. My husband wants a truck. He wants a new truck. But they're expensive. Am I going to have to tie you down?
You might, because they just called me from the dentist office and they're up in my appointment to 10 o'clock.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh, good. That's what, an hour and a
probably
half?
because all she's going to have to do is just look at it. I don't think she'll even x-ray it. I don't know. But she's just going to probably put me on antibiotics and something for pain, which I don't think I'll need too much once the antibiotics kick in, so that's no big deal.
Right.
But there's no way she's going to pull it today. There's no way. But I'm ready for her to pull all of them. Just take them all.
Okay, maybe I'm an asshole, but I'd be embarrassed driving around in a beater, but wait, a 10-year-old Tacoma isn't 1995 or something. You know what? My mother-in-law, God bless, rest her soul, gave
Very
us
true, Ash.
a 2002 Toyota Corolla, and that is like the best freaking car ever to drive. I love it. It's got like hardly any miles because she just used it to go to the store and back. I love that car. I mean, I love my Kia Soul too, but I love that little car.
It's some people are car people, some people aren't. Me, as long as it gets me to point A to point B and it runs
Yeah.
and it's safe,
Mhm.
I don't care what the year is. I don't care what the mileage is.
I
I
don't
don't care
either.
what it looks like. As long as it gets me to where I need to go when I need to go, and but there are some people that are car people and
Right.
they trade their car in once it gets to 1,000 miles. Everybody's different. But for a first date, for a person on a first date to say that,
Say like,
I say
hi,
run.
Izzy. Well, her car was like, she rode it to go to the store and go to church. I mean, that's where she drove it. When she gave us that car, it had hardly any miles on it. She never went on a long trip with it, never did anything on it. So I love driving it. The only thing, it had air conditioning, but didn't have power windows. So you had to roll the windows down. But I loved parking that car. That's like my favorite car ever to drive. Besides the one I have now. I have a good one now, but we still have it. Still runs.
No, mine are old. Both of my vehicles are old.
I buy a
But
new
guess
car
what?
every few years.
I don't have a car
Uh,
note.
Yeah, see,
My husband,
everybody's different. Everybody does that. Yeah. I
my
know a
husband,
lot of people that do that.
my husband works on cars. Like he does the brakes and he can do all that stuff. So he's pretty good. We don't have to take our car to, the only thing we take our car to the shop for usually is like inspections because you have to every year. So, but like if he has brakes to do or whatever, he does that all himself. I don't know how he learned, but I think it's a guy thing. My car is 7 years old with 52,000 miles. That's not a lot of miles. Oh, 52 kilometer. Oh, 52,000 miles. I'm sorry. I misread that. I
Yeah, I
love
don't
my
want to.
2010 Taco. It's been good to me, like the new Tacomas, but I don't like the new prices. My car is a 2010. We just replaced the transmission. I don't want a car payment yet. Yeah, see, that's what we didn't want either. My Kia Soul is a 2013, and it was like immaculate condition when we got it. So I have a car and a truck. Oh, Tawanda, you fancy girl. You
Mhm.
fancy girl.
I have a car, a truck, and an SUV.
Yeah, I don't want car payments either. We have no car
Never.
payments. No car payments at all.
I'd rather drive an
You can
out of style
pay as
body
you can
than
pay your car payments can be as expensive as a house payment with some of these
well,
new
yeah,
cars.
yeah.
I don't want to be
Absolutely,
paying.
they can.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
who can afford to like make a mortgage payment and a car payment that's like in the thousands? A lot of people can't. So some
I'm
people
not doing
can,
it.
but
I
yeah,
can think of a lot more things I'd rather spend my money on,
me too.
like clothes or traveling or
hmm
really nice restaurants or
Going to see friends in Texas. I don't
well,
know. I don't know.
exactly, exactly.
2015. She has a 2015 Easy with 140,000 miles. Too much driving. Well, hey, as long as it drives, there's nothing wrong with that. I have no I have no shame. I drive a car as long as it drives, gets me from point A to point B. I'm fine with it. I had a
hmm
1990 Honda Accord X as my first car. She was still going 249,000 miles. I love that thing, son. See, you get used to a car and you just love it.
It's like an old boot, you know,
I know. You just
good
love it.
broken in pair of boots.
You know how to drive
Y'all
it. You
probably don't
know
wear
how it
boots.
drives till it breaks down. You drive it till it's broken down. Yeah, we don't buy a new car every year for sure. I have an SUV. It's almost 6 years old, has 30,000 on it. Wow, Remy, you don't do a lot of driving, right? I'm in my 40s. Apartment life is getting old.
This is like, we need to do a whole show on just the things people don't really want to have to pay for. Because yesterday we
Right.
talked a lot about weddings
Hmm.
and not wanting to pay a lot on weddings. Now it's cars.
Yeah. Well,
Cable.
I don't
I
know.
don't want to pay a lot of money for cable.
Cable's
Exactly.
ridiculous now. It's
Cable
ridiculous.
is.
Like our cable per month, and this is why I want to get rid of my cable. With the cable, the internet, and the phone is a minimum of $340 a month. It's ridiculous to pay that much when you're never watching TV. Like I don't really even need a landline because I've got a cell phone. So I'm thinking you're just getting internet and maybe just relying on Netflix and Amazon Prime because it sure would cost me a hell of a lot less money.
That's what I do. I used to have the bundle pack where I had the phone, the internet, and the cable. And then I got a Fire Stick, and I ended up getting rid of the house phone because we all had cell phones. I ended up getting rid of the cable, and now I just pay for internet. It's still expensive, for the internet, but it's not as expensive as the bundle pack. And I really don't watch TV. It's more my husband. He's very much a sports fanatic. So when football starts, he really likes that. There's a couple of shows, but we can watch football from the Fire Stick. We can watch the shows that we like on the Fire Stick, and I'm still saving. I'm at least saving probably 120 to 130 a month by doing it.
Yeah.
It's funny because I tried to downgrade my cable, like get just certain channels. So I called them. They only have packages. So
Yep.
I downgraded my internet and it ended up costing me more. Like I'm like, how is this possible? I downgraded. I'm not getting this channel, this channel, and this channel. And she goes, well, that's the only package we have. I'm like, well, I'm better off just staying with what I had. If it's not, that's why I'm thinking of just getting rid of cable and being done with it.
I'll tell you what finally broke me about cable is the fact that every time you turn on the television and there's a commercial, it's a cable company that you're doing business with, paying money with, and they're offering some amazing freaking deal, half of what you're paying, and you can't get that deal. It's like, are you kidding me? Are you shitting me right now? So yeah, there's that.
You're already a customer.
I agree. Because you're already a customer, you can't get the deal.
You can't get the deal. And it's like half of what you're paying. It sucks.
It's kind of like you get married, right? And the husband goes to work and he comes home, but he doesn't cook, he doesn't clean, he doesn't do dishes or laundry or anything like that. Then you hear him talking to some chick at work going, yeah, you know what? If you marry me, I'll clean the kitchen, I'll cook, I'll do all the laundry. And you're like, well, hold on a minute.
Yeah, I can hear you. No, I was just thinking about that. Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Like, bitch, let me go find me another model.
They try to make money is what it is. And they don't give you can't get the new packages because my husband said, I almost doxed him because I almost said his name, but he said, try and get that deal. And when I tried to get that deal, they said, well, you're already a customer. I said, so if I just take everything back and then I try to get a new deal, will that work? Oh no, you're still on our records. Oh, okay. So basically, if you're a customer, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You can't get a good deal. So that's why we wanted to change cable companies. And then I said to my husband, no, let's just go get rid of the landline, get rid of the cable, and just go with Netflix and Roku or whatever, and then just have the internet, and that's it. Not because honestly, people, I practically never watch TV all day long. The only channel I watch anymore is the Travel Channel. It's crazy.
Yeah, that whole cancel in the middle of your contract. The funniest commercials were the cell phone providers that said, "We'll break up with them for you. You don't have to call them. We'll do it."
I used to like that one where he would walk around and say, "Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear
It's
me
like
now?
Tracy. It's like Tracy. Can y'all hear me? Am I on? Are we live?
Did I do it right? Oh no, I pressed a button. Uh-oh, not working." That's like when I pressed that button on my laptop and a chat was like so small and I said, "Oh, I can't go on. I can't read the chat. It's so small."
Yep.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
Yep.
Alyssa says, "I hate the monopoly like in our town. There is only one company to choose from
Yep.
and for high speed
Well,
internet phone.
That's
we
the
have
same
to.
for me. I live in a very, very small town. So we only have one cable company we can go through. So they rape us because they can, because they know that we can't get, it's either we have to go for their cable or we have to go satellite. And then, a lot of people don't want a satellite dish stuck to their house or whatever because
Right.
if you decide you don't want satellite, they don't come out and get that dish. That
No,
dish
me
is
neither.
stuck there forever. They don't come back and get it. So they definitely rape us because we live in a small town and they know
Yeah.
we can only use them.
Oh God, Ash cracks me up.
I know, right?
Holding
I
a
want
grudge for 11 years.
we need for fight night. We need to hook her up with that tow truck driver. They
Oh
can whoop
yeah,
up on each other.
absolutely. I've never seen the fight night. How did that work out? Actually, Remy was going to come up.
I know somebody asked last night if fight night was real or if it was just a joke, and I don't think anybody answered. Is fight night real?
I don't-
Is Hello Starlight actually doing it?
I don't know.
I
assume
was
it is.
watching one day and she goes, "Oh, we should hook up Life with Jen and Carla." No, that ain't happening.
Nope.
Nope. Ever.
Not unless I get to go in with Carla.
Yeah, with tag team.
Yep.
I already have 30,000 miles on mine since last year. It's now settled down since being laid off. But holy shit. Exactly. Carla, but sometimes if you call, cancel, they will transfer you to the last chance opportunity. Meaning
That's true.
now they will
do.
probably offer better deals or lower your invoice.
You guys, I'll be back. I have to take this phone call. I'll be back.
Okay, come back. Yeah, exactly.
I was with Spectrum too long though. They wouldn't do that with me anymore. It's like, fine.
Oh, and I
that's-
was telling. Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just got completely different subject.
So we only have two choices. We've got shitty and shittier. I mean, and now we have shittier. Awesome.
Shittiest.
I don't want the shittiest. No. So yeah, you got to get your name on the docket for fight.
I'm deeply
fight
pissed
night.
off about that. The way he and my friend treated me after they broke my car. Nope, he's best to stay scared.
Right? And everybody thinks that men are the ones that are passionate about their cars. Listen, I am as passionate about my vehicle. I don't want anybody jacking with it. It is not off of a showroom floor from some, amazing dealer. It's a Kia Sorento. Big freaking deal. But you know what? It's my car and I love it. It fits me like a glove. I know what I can expect from it and what it's going to do. It doesn't ever break down. Yeah. I know the next one's going to be a total lemon.
That's what when you get a car that you love. Like I love my Kia Soul. It's easy to park. It rides. It drives like a dream. I mean, I just love it. Hi, LaDonna. we pulled the satellite plug back in 2012.
My twister
Oh, my God.
sister. Morning, LaDonna.
Sister.
Yeah, I
You
can't wait to see what
nasty.
that. I can't wait to see what that dish is going to look like
Come on,
after a good hurricane.
LaDonna, I wish LaDonna would come up on panel.
I do
because I wanna
too.
I want to hear her Texas accent, because everybody seems to have a different accent. I know your accent is the way your accent is because you lived, in different parts. You lived in Nashville and you lived other places. But I've heard some people that come from Texas that sometimes have a twang and sometimes don't. And I just wondered, like Hello Starlight, for example. She's from Texas, but I don't really hear like much of a twang with her, you know what I mean, with her accent.
No, she doesn't have a real pronounced
She doesn't
accent.
have a pronounced accent. And then there's other people that have an accent sometimes. And other times they don't. Hi, Carla and Texas Tornado. Texas
Right.
Tornado.
A Mazda.
My
those are
last
cute.
car was a Jetta Jetta Volkswagen. I left to my ex in the divorce agreement. Was it running? I sold my car last year that I had for 13 years and 73,000 miles is not bad.
Yep.
For a 13-year-old car, it's not bad. That's not a bad amount of miles.
Yep. That's like I had an 11-year-old Buick Century that had 70,000, I think, on it. But I didn't go anywhere. Stayed
Yeah.
home. I had little kids. I was in school.
My 2013 Kia Soul had about 54,000 miles on it, which isn't bad either for 2013. So
Yeah, I need to detail my car. Mine's always usually immaculate. However, I have this
Bobby.
husband who has now decided that my Kia Sorento is the shit. And he keeps stealing it, and he's making me mad.
Oh, Alyssa, are you from Pittsburgh? Yeah, Ian's Red Up. You want to read that up? Yeah, we got some Pittsburghese going on here in Pittsburgh.
Now, what does that mean, red dot up?
Red that up is clean it. I'm gonna red it
Okay.
up. I'm gonna red up the kitchen today. And nebby, you know what nebby means, right? You nosy, you nebby Nelly, nebby Nelly, nebby
I
Nelly.
did not know that.
Yeah, that's Pittsburghese. And there's a few others. Don't ask me right now because I can't think of them because I'm old and my brain doesn't work this early in the morning. It was the top of the line as far as Mazda 3s go. All the bells and whistles, sports package, etc. It was the first sunroof I ever had. Dash lights, changed colors. She was spunky. See, mine has a sunroof, and I have like the flashy side. With it goes flashy with that like a disco lights in my car. I've never used, but because can you imagine your grandmother using disco lights in her
I
car?
bought one. I bought one Dodge, one, and I have to say I'll never do it again. And I shouldn't have bought that Dodge because in high school, my high school sweetheart, his dad owned a Dodge dealership, so he got
Really?
demo cars. Yeah, he got demo cars all the time. And I tell you what, I've never seen a car tear up so quick. It didn't matter what car it was either. Of course, he was a shit driver, and he ragged out every vehicle he ever had because he thought he was a race car driver. Yeah.
Captain
He was
Obvious
cute, though.
says, I like when their accents come and go as their attitude
I
changes.
know, right? It's kind of like a strobe light with colors, you know?
Carla, my stepmom is from your era, and I always imitate her accent, especially when she says, oh my gosh. She says gosh like gush,
Garsh.
gosh,
Garsh. Is it Garsh?
Gersh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Osh gosh
Well, that's
be
like
gosh.
Diane, all the,
Osh gosh be gosh.
what is it she always says? And Randy always makes fun of her. She puts an R in it. It's not wash. What is it? What is that word?
Who's that? Who Randy does?
No, Diane. She always
Diane?
puts R's in her word where they don't belong. Yeah.
No,
And Randy makes fun of her.
She's from Pennsylvania too, so I don't know. Maybe it's a Pennsylvania thing. I don't know. I don't think I put R's in my words,
I
but they
can't
don't
remember
belong.
what. Y'all help me. I know y'all know. Ems, you know. What's the word that Diane always says that she puts an R in?
Get up here, Ems. She hasn't been up here in a while.
It's like the
I'm
word
just-
wash.
I'm feeling really left out by her because she hasn't been up here in a while. There's the link.
I know Ash 274 knows it too. It's like wash, WASH.
Worsh.
But she says wash, but that's not
Wash.
the word. There's another word,
I'm
much
not
more
sure.
common.
Diane's from New York. I don't know. See, I don't know. I don't notice it. Maybe because I'm from Pennsylvania.
I think it's so funny because she'll say that word and I just wait because I know Randy's gonna say
Yes,
it.
we say yins. We say yins. Instead of
Yeah.
you all, we say yins. Yins know that? Yeah. Yins know that.
Water.
Yins know? Wooder? Wooder.
Now Diane says that too. She says water like that.
Wooder.
She does those little twisties.
Yeah.
Warshed.
It's funny how you can pick up like certain things people say and say, oh, I know where they're from. Like Boston is a good place. Like if you hear
I
someone
love Boston
from
accent.
Boston,
Uh,
I'm gonna pack my car. They don't use
Pack the
they
car.
don't they leave out the R's. That's I'm gonna go pack my car. You
Well-
can hear it with Pink Lady Luck when she talks. She really has a really thick Boston accent.
Or J-Mac. J-Mac's got a really thick
Oh,
accent
Lucky
too.
Seven, thank you so
Thank you, Lucky
much.
Seven.
I'm still here just working. Thanks so much. Morning, Amps.
Morning.
Morning,
are
sugar
you?
bugger. What's up?
I can't stay on too long. I got to get ready to head back up to the good old doctors again.
Oh, how did it go
Yeah.
yesterday? How did it go?
Easy. It was just a scan. Now I got to go back up for an appointment today.
Okay.
But it's a 2-hour drive each way, so it sucks.
I
balls.
know. That's what you said yesterday. You do that by
Yeah.
yourself or you take your daughter with you?
My daughter is not home, so I'm going to be doing it by myself. Anytime
Oh.
anytime it's just like follow up or whatever, I'll usually go alone. But anytime it's something big, I'll bring my husband.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
question.
scary.
When you go like for a 2-hour drive, do you listen to YouTube or do you listen to the radio?
No, I listen to YouTube.
You're
Oh,
like
not me.
lady. You were
If
like
I am in the car by myself and I'm
Oh, she
traveling
says
on a distance, it's music and I sing like I'm a star.
you said thank you, Lucky Seven. She says roof funny, she says roof, crick.
Ruth?
Some people say crick, some
Rough.
people say creek. Some
She
people
says
say
human. Strange. She
Human?
says she calls it human and
Human?
huge
The
or
H,
some shit.
Huge and human.
okay,
You're
now
a
H
I'm
is
gonna
human.
mention I'm gonna mention someone, and this is not gonna be popular. This person isn't very well, not here anyway. She's popular other places, but she says important. It's
Yeah,
not
that no.
important. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Now I like the
I'm
way
Not
New
very
Yorkers.
important.
Do
I
I
like the
say
way-
that? Important?
No,
I
not
don't-
you. Somebody I'll
No.
say it in the private chat.
Here's my favorite one. Okay. Ems, what do you call a short movie based on a real life, or not even?
A documentary.
There you go.
She also says
Elementary.
yeah,
Elementary.
yes. I love the way she says that.
I know her and Stephanie Harlow.
I'm telling you though, you go a couple hours away from me and they all sound like freaking gangsters here in New York,
Oh,
for real.
Really?
Up here it's like my kind of talk, and then a couple hours away you get like the city of New York talk, which is so different. You guys
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Is the Bronx different than Manhattan, like the accents? Like I don't know. I've never lived in New York. But the Bronx
I
is
don't
like,
know.
or is it just a New York accent? Like
I'm
a
gonna
New York-
say something really bad, but I
Do
had
it,
a
do it.
friend
yes,
from the
do it.
Bronx, and his accent, do not take this the wrong way, please. His
It's hard to
accent
understand him.
sounded like he had a speech impediment. Like
Yeah.
it sounded like he needed speech as a kid, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But then when I listened to all of his friends talk, they all sound the same. It legit sounds like a speech impediment to me, but whatever.
Who's
Twirly
that?
funny.
Who are you talking about?
Someone, a friend of mine from the Bronx.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny how the different accents from all parts of the country are different. You know what I mean? Like the deep South, that's like I love
It's just
listening
so
to
weird, Carla, how the accents can change being so close here in New York.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then even an hour north of me, then you get the super Canadian accent.
With the A?
Yeah, you can
A?
tell where someone is from in New York just based on how they talk, for sure. I
Yeah.
can pick it up immediately.
Yep. Well, the difference between uh, an accent from Lake Charles, Louisiana, and New Orleans, Louisiana, huge difference.
I don't
And,
know. Is
no,
it South though? That's South, right?
like they're both on I-10, so they're kind of just parallel to each other. But the thing is, New Orleans, you either have a really rich, thick Cajun accent, or
Mhm.
you sound like a New Yorker,
Yeah.
literally.
But
And in
here's
Lake
what I was
Charles,
saying. Go ahead.
the Lake Charles accent's completely different. It's more of a Cajun-ish accent. It's a Cajun Texas mix. But you would think they weren't even from the same state.
Huh. Yeah,
It's so
that's weird.
different.
Well, that's what I found funny because in Texas, some of them have that real heavy accent. But then Marianne, or sorry, I didn't mean to dox you. Hello Starlight is from Texas, and I don't hear any accent out of her. She just,
I do sometimes.
do you really? I don't. I've never heard like an accent. Sorry, hello Starlight. Did not mean to dox you. I apologize. I think everybody
think-
knows her name.
Even the people in where is it? Like Wisconsin area, they sound like Canadians to me. I don't know. It's very similar.
Isn't that close to the border? Maybe that's why.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. But Boston, they have really heavy, real heavy. Like if you listen to Lady Luck talk, she's like, "I'm gonna pack my car now."
Yes.
You know?
I golf with someone who's from Boston, and she's always like, "Let's get a pa." I'm like, "What? Let's get a pa." The fuck
I
is a
will,
pa?
I will say something kind of a little bit risky, but there is a person who claims to be a Cajun on YouTube that we all have heard before, know and love. And I, for the life of me, have never heard. I don't even know. I don't even hear an accent when this person talks, and so I don't get it. I mean, they've got the words down. They know some of the popular Cajun words, but to rattle off a Cajun sentence, never heard them do that. It's kind of weird to me. I don't know.
Are you talking about the girl that wants to drag people behind her boat and shit?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Okay.
Oh my God. What kind of accent is the girls?
I've never heard. Whenever I've heard that individual speak, I've never heard any kind of accent whatsoever. It was just pretty, I don't know, plain speech.
Bizarre.
Maybe it's like New
Yeah.
Yorkers, though. Have you noticed when a New Yorker gets mad, their accent gets thicker and they sound so ghetto?
Well, I don't know. She was pretty mad that day. She was yeehawing. I didn't hear an accent then either. Because you'll
See,
know. If I get mad, my Cajun will come out.
I
Yeah.
don't. What is Cajun? Like, is it half French and half English, or?
Yep, pretty much. There
I
could be
never
some
knew that.
German thrown in there because there's a lot of German in population in Louisiana as well.
I love
you
the
get some of that.
Southern Mississippi, Alabama accent, the old Southern twang, like you kill.
Yeah.
Matthew
Oh, well, see, Matthew McConaughey is Texan.
Oh my God, I think he is so hot. That's a hall pass, that one.
My favorite accent
Matthew
actually is like,
McConaughey is your
Oh
whole
yeah,
pack?
I think he is so sexy. You don't?
Oh,
my
I
favorite
think-
accents are the Carolinas. I like the Carolina accents, North and South. Predominantly South, though. They have a great little accent.
I like the real deep Southern accents, like the deep South. Occasionally.
so do I.
Doesn't mean I like all the people that are from the South, but some of the deep South. Like, I don't know what that person that did the one that, that what her accent was from the threat one. I don't know
I
where
don't know,
she's from.
but I've been hearing people
Yeah.
imitate that. Oh my gosh, I've been rolling lately. I don't even know I can't think offhand what they're saying. Something about being hungry, and I freaking laugh every time.
Did you see Giggles, Carla's scary movie thing? Did
Oh
you
yeah, I
see
saw
that?
it.
Oh my
Yep.
We're
God,
YouTube
it's
famous, girl.
hilarious. You were in it.
You were in it
Yep.
too, yeah.
Yes,
I
yeah,
saw it.
you were
We're
in it.
YouTube famous, girl.
Yes, we are. When they start making
Yes.
parodies, about you, you're famous.
God.
Then I
Oh
thought
my
I
God.
saw someone on her channel, something on her channel the other day. It's like it with that there was a warning, but it showed a mouse getting eaten by a snake. And I was like, I didn't expect
What?
that snake to snap. Yeah, she must have a pet snake.
Oh.
I was like, I've never actually seen that, like a mouse
Yeah.
getting
No.
like. I guess you're supposed to feed them live animals. I don't know. I've never
Mm.
owned a snake.
Yeah.
Don't want to own a snake. They scare me. Snakes and spiders scare me.
I
Alligator.
was scrolling through Facebook this morning, which I never do, but for whatever reason I was this morning, and someone posted a picture of their pig roast. Like I've never seen a live pig roast. They don't even cut it up first. Like it's legit.
No.
Like they
The
took the
head,
pig,
all of it.
threw that motherfucker on the grill, and it's sitting
Yep.
there like it looks still just like a pig. I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's a no
But
for me.
did it have the head still on it? Because sometimes
Oh
they have
yeah,
the head on.
it had
Oh,
everything. It
I've
just
never.
looked crispy. Oh, poor guy.
Mm. See, I don't mind going to the supermarket and getting food like meat and stuff, but I don't want to see it get butchered or anything like that. I just don't. It's just not my cup of tea.
Mine either.
That's like Samara is a vegetarian. Grammy,
I
the
didn't eat
clip is
meat for a long time. I'm finally back to where I'll eat it, but I can't see it, you know. I just can't.
my yeah.
Pigs are smart. You guys ever see pet pigs?
They are, but they're smelly. I did because my son-in-law, my stepson, sorry, had a pet pig, and they said it was supposed to be one of those miniature ones.
There's no
I
miniature.
know why they call them pigs, because that freaking thing would eat crayons. It would eat
Yeah.
anything in that house. It would just go around, and they make that sound. Anything.
They're so cute.
They are cute when they're small. When they start to get big and fat, they're not so cute. And they smell. They smell like a pig. They do. They smell.
I would love
They
to have
finally,
one.
well, they finally had to find a place for it because it just was. They have 3 young daughters, and of course, kids aren't put their food down. So that pig just kept getting bigger and bigger. I think when they took it back, it wasn't supposed to get over. I can't remember, but it was like over 100 pounds by the time they
Oh
took
yeah.
it.
And 100 pounds is actually small.
And that was a miniature one. That was a
Yeah.
miniature one. My husband used to tease them all the time and say, I guess we're having bacon for dinner, or I guess
Aw.
we're having ham. I have ham. And the girls would get all upset. We're not eating pork. Now they'll eat it.
Yeah.
They don't have the the pig there, but yeah, I know why they call them pigs. That thing smelled
Miss
bad.
Carla,
Yes.
I'm going to need to hop off of here and go get ready.
Okay.
But I will talk to you a little later.
Oh, sure.
Bye.
And
Really?
I love y'all a bunch. And I'll talk to y'all later.
Bye. Bye. So what time do you have to go for your appointment, Missy?
I think I'm gonna leave here about 11:45-ish. I think somewhere around there.
So do you stop for dinner? Do you stop, on your way back, do you stop for something to eat, or? 'Cause that's 4 hours. That's a long time.
I don't know if I will tonight. My husband has golf league, so maybe.
Oh.
It's
Do you
just
go
me
do you
tonight.
go with him?
To golf league?
Yeah.
No, so there's men's golf league and women's golf league, and they're completely separate.
Oh, okay. So you just when you golf with your husband, it's just for, it's recreational, right? It's just for fun.
No, we compete now.
You
That's
complete
what all these
together.
that's what all these tournaments are. Yeah, we do it together.
So is it like what is it like a couples thing or?
No, it's always a foursome. And any good foursome knows that if you can get a lady golfer on your team that can actually hit, gives you a huge advantage. So I typically will just join teams where it's 3 guys and then myself. Woohoo.
Ooh.
And we compete for cash.
So did you take golfing lessons or I mean, because I never did.
Oh,
Just went out there and started playing. You know what I
but
mean?
my husband is good enough to where, I mean, he just, taught me how to get good. My
Oh,
husband is really good.
yeah, my husband's not that good, but we just used to have fun. We just really enjoyed it. Just like fishing. I mean, I enjoy fishing too.
I used to go out on the golf course just to get drunk and be stupid and drive the cart around. And then, as time went on, I started perfecting it a little bit more, and now we compete.
And now you're good. So
Yeah.
do you like the nighttime golfing? Is that fun?
Yeah, that was fun. We were hammered the last time. Not we were only hammered because the person that owns the course kept meeting us out on holes to do shots.
Mhm.
So by the time we left there, thank God we're in walking distance. But by the time we left there, all 4 of us were 2 sheets to the wind. So we weren't really playing to win that night.
But you were having
It's
fun.
fun.
That's what's important. It was fun, right?
Yeah, it's fun. I actually played with this woman who she was telling me about her life story, and it turns out, and I mean, I thought she was just bullshitting me because she was drunk. I thought she was telling me stories. Well, she's telling me this story about how, she won the lottery, and she worked at a prison before, and she retired, and now they just play golf all day. I thought she was full of shit. Like, come on, you have a big lottery winner here in the area she won a lot. I'm not going to give away any more details, but she won a lot. Come to find out the next day, it's true. Like, she won the lottery, her and her husband retired, and now they just go around playing golf all day, drinking. Sounds fun.
Ooh, that is so awesome. What would you do? Okay, and we talked about this the other day. If you won the lottery, what would you do? What would be your first thing that you would do?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I would immediately sell my house, but I think I would still work, to be honest.
See,
I don't think
go ahead.
I don't think that I could just sit around, and do nothing. Even this couple of months since I've been laid off, I'm so bored. I mean, I'm always busy, but it's not the same as working. So I think I would still work.
But if you won the lottery, you could just buy a business. You know what I mean? Like you could just invest in a business or whatever. You know what I mean? Like someone told me this before. If you win a lot of money, you can never anything that you spend your money on. Well, a lot of things that you spend your money on is going to bring back a return on that money. You know what I mean? Like no
Yep.
matter what.
There's
You
a
put it
few
in the
things
bank,
that we
you're going to get interest.
currently do that
Right.
we invest in that brings us some money back. Yep.
So, but I would, and here's what I said I'd do. I would buy an RV, and I mean one of those tricked out RVs. You know what I mean? With the
My parents have
dishwasher, washing. You see them on,
Yep.
on TV all the time. And I would first of all, learn how to drive one. And then
Come on, if I drove one at 13 years old, I've told that story. If I
Was
could
it a
drive
big
one at
one?
13,
Was it a
yeah,
big
it was.
one?
Yeah,
Oh
it was
my
a big
God.
one. You can drive one.
I don't know. They look pretty darn big, but that's what I would do. Some of them have everything. They have washers, dryers, they have dishwashers, they have like full-size kitchens,
Yeah.
full-size
Fireplaces.
refrigerators, fireplaces,
That's what my
steam
parents have always
TV.
had.
Oh, really?
And that's why now as an adult, like I want to actually go camping. I don't like what I grew up doing. You go camping and everyone's like, intense and really roughing it. And here I am having to go inside, with my parents, and it's like another house. I don't know. I appreciate roughing it now.
Oh, do you really?
Mhm.
See, no, me, it's an apartment on freaking wheels. I would love it. I would love it, really. It's
Yep.
never going to
And that's
happen because I'm never going to win the lottery, but
what my
you can
parents have always
dream.
done.
You can dream. One thing I do want is, and I thought about this and thought about it, is when we do retire and buy a house, because my husband wants to live like up north. I want to have a tiny house, like they call it a mother-in-law house. Like I
Yep.
call it a tiny house. The only thing is I don't want a composting toilet. That's the only thing I don't want. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not into that whole composting thing.
Depending on where you're at, I mean, it's pretty easy to, even if you set up a small well, if you're, not able to be on city water, there's options to where you could still have plumbing and stuff in a
Well, where
tiny.
he wants to live, it's going to be pretty out in the boonies, So, but there's going to be some conditions where we buy a house. I mean, some conditions I have. You know what I mean?
Like
Like
a
I'm not.
regular toilet.
Yes, definitely. I ain't gonna live in the. Well, I just want a little. I've always wanted one of those tiny houses. I know you like the big houses and stuff, and we would have to have a bigger house because my husband wants a bigger house. But I would love to have him build a tiny house on the land. Just
Not me.
somewhere.
And maybe it's because I've experienced that. I think I've mentioned to you that when my parents built their last home, I was a teenager and they built a guest house that's, on the other side of the property, and that's where I lived. And it was like one big open room that had a kitchen in the same room as, what do they call those? Like an efficiency, I guess, where the
Uh-huh.
kitchen and the living room are all hooked together, and then it had a bathroom. And I hated that. I mean, it
Oh,
was fine
really?
when I was younger, but I couldn't do that now.
Oh, well, see, this would be just like mostly, and maybe for me too, when you have company, how and it would have a little fridge and stove and everything that they could just, stay in there. Like a mother-in-law house. I call it a mother-in-law house, but
I can't do
I'm
it,
crazy.
especially with dogs and stuff. I couldn't imagine my Lucy in a tiny house. She would drive the dog hair alone in such
I
a
don't
small
know
place drive me nuts.
if you've ever watched some of those shows like about tiny houses. Some of these people live in vans with big dogs. They live in. I mean, I know. I don't want to go to that extreme. I mean, I want it to be okay. Say about 350 square feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that. That's the smallest I would go. Um, No, that's the biggest I would go is 350 square feet. But I wanted to have like a loft and, the
yeah.
amenities.
My grandparents did that. When they retired, my grandparents both taught at, without giving too much away, at an Ivy League school here in New York. And when they retired, they wanted to go to Florida, but they still wanted to keep their house here in New York. So they went to
Mhm.
Florida and they moved, like they bought, it looked like a camper to me, but it was like in one of these, it was like a tiny house community in Florida. It's not a camper. I mean, it was a house, but it was so small. You went down there and it was like probably the same thing, about 350 square feet. And they lived there half the year and then they'd come back to New York the other half the year. Um, I don't know how they did it, but they enjoyed it. No thanks.
Uh, Remy says 350 square feet. That's small. Nope. My living room is 500 square feet. Then again, I have my spawn. I don't know what that means, but 350 square feet is small, I think.
Yeah.
And considering the average house is about 2,500 square feet, I think. I mean,
I
about
think my
that.
garage is bigger than 350 square feet.
But people do that
Serious.
too. You know, because I watch these shows, okay? People have converted their garages into tiny homes. Like, honestly. But people are like they have such ingenuity, like how they put, things. I know this one I watched, uh, because she worried about her mother was elderly, like they say I am. Um, and so she wanted her mother near her, but her mother wanted her, her space. So they converted her garage, which was a double garage, into a tiny home. And the way they converted that, it was, oh my God,
Yeah.
it was,
People, Carly, people out in California, they'll take their garages and convert it into what you're referring to. And they rent those out for like $2,000 a month.
hmm well, she just wanted her mom near her. So she made it. And it has like where the garage doors are, it's like glass instead of like a regular garage door. It's a complete glass thing that she can slide open. And the way they laid it out, and she's got this little kind of, squared off kitchen. So a little tiny, kitchen and chairs and a little living room, and then a bedroom off and bathroom off to the back. But it's beautiful. It's
I
beautiful.
like my garage too much. I like pulling my cars in and using it as a garage.
Right.
Like, why wouldn't you just? Well, I guess some people don't have the space to build on. I would much rather just build on to my home than lose my
Well,
garage.
they didn't have much of a yard from what I seen in that particular show, because they kind of shared like what it looked like, a kind of like a courtyard. Like the garage was separate from the house, and where the door was to go into what looked like kind of like a courtyard, um, was like shared with the house, and it wasn't very big where they had it.
Yeah, no thanks. You know me. I can't do
I, oh
neighborhood,
yeah,
so
I know.
if they're
But that,
sharing a
that that's
courtyard.
but that's her daughter. You know what I mean? That's her daughter that had her
Mhm.
mother. Didn't want her. You know, they didn't want to put their mother in a nursing home. Where did
Yep.
you watch that? I want to see that one. It's cool. Google like one of the tiny house nation or something like that. If I find it, I will send it. I'll send the link to you. But it's really, really, really nice one.
I don't think I could ever put my parents in a home either. I mean, I don't even want to think about that, but at some point, I'm sure, we'd have to, but I just couldn't imagine doing that. I don't know.
Well, I think the mother was a widow, and she did not want her mother living alone. She didn't want her mother, she wanted her mother close to her. So she
Yeah.
converted that into the garage into a home. And so her
Yeah.
mother has her privacy. She has her friends. She can have her friends, and she doesn't have to, you're not living in the same house
Yep.
per se. You're kind of separate, and you have your own space. The RV that we lived in for nearly 3 years until this past February was, I believe, 360 square feet, and 2 full bedrooms, 1 full bath, and also a half bath, outdoor kitchen, 4 TVs. It wasn't too bad. Wow, you
Yeah.
lived in it for 3 years. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, a lot of them are that you go and watch because it brings up the other ones, and a lot of school buses they've converted into homes.
Some of them are beautiful.
Yeah, you got to watch it. I mean, some of these people are so ingenious the way they've designed these places. I mean,
I agree.
I don't know if I would want to live on the road all the time like some of these people do, because I don't know. I just don't know. And some of them,
If I let's say my husband and I retired and decided to travel around the country playing golf professionally for a while. I think I would buy an RV then, just so it wasn't. Think of how much cheaper that would be rather than being in hotels all the time. But I have no desire to have an RV at all. None.
NASCAR, a lot of those NASCAR guys, think they all have these big tricked out RVs. You always see, if you want to see some pretty cool RVs, um, Google or go on YouTube and look for NASCAR RVs, because some of those
Mhm.
guys have some awesome RVs, because they stay there for, I don't know how long they stay there because I'm not a NASCAR fan, but they
Neither
get
am I, but my family are in NASCAR pretty heavily. This is no joke. So my cousin, I always thought this guy was gay, but I guess he's not. My cousin, she started out as a Budweiser girl, and that's how she got in with NASCAR. But she used to date Jeff Gordon. This was a long time ago,
Oh,
and
really? He's
yeah,
good looking.
I always thought he was gay. I don't know why I thought that, but
Obviously not.
yeah, I guess he's not. Um, but they now live in North Carolina and they've always worked for NASCAR. And she told me the same thing, that a lot of them, they do the whole RV thing.
Yeah, I see that. Like, if you watch any kind of, because my husband's a big NASCAR fan, and you see all those RVs, because they stay there for I don't know how long. I mean, what is it, a week or 2 weeks, whatever they stay there for. So they just live there instead of going into a hotel. They live in their RVs. Same with
Hmm.
singers, or those bands that go, you know, you touring all over the United States. They all stay in RVs. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I think NASCAR is so boring. The only time it's not boring is if you're going. So where we used to live very close to a track, extremely close, and it was just a party week. We would pull the RV in there, and it was just a wild time. Those NASCAR people, man, they can party. Holy shit, they can party.
Oh, I bet. I bet. I bet.
I don't think I have ever seen so many rebel flags in my life than when I go to a NASCAR event. It's like they got their American flag and they got their rebel flag, and they're everywhere.
Really?
Hmm.
Sounds like fun, actually.
Oh, it gets wild. And a lot of the campsites, they stack all their empty, beer cans. And by the time the weekend is over, like people make houses out of them. It's strange.
Oh, really?
It's not my thing. I remember trying to get my husband to go once. Not a chance. Not a chance.
He
I
didn't
don't
want
think
to, or you did, you
no.
wanted to and he didn't.
Yeah,
NASCAR is, I think it's boring too, Ash.
yeah,
I
it's
think it's
boring to
boring.
watch unless you go to an event and stay and camp there. It is not
Yeah.
boring then, trust me.
I can't remember what I watched one time. It might have been on the Travel Channel, and they were showing the partying at NASCAR, and these guys they even had a portable hot tub that they had blown up and filled
Hmm.
up, and they had all these women in there. I mean, it was crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
Our locals, I'm not kidding, our locals plan for NASCAR all year. Like
Oh,
every
really?
year it's like they want to do bigger and better things. It's pretty interesting to watch.
Yeah, well, I
Remy,
like
you're right.
watching it.
It's like tailgating on steroids.
Carla, check out the channel Kirsten Dirksen. It's tiny homes and other interesting houses. Yeah, I like looking at some of these like underground houses and stuff. What did I see yesterday? I was watching. Oh, it was a house that was built into the side of a hill, and it was so cool. And it
I'd be afraid
stays,
it would collapse.
but it stays. I don't know about that. I think it's reinforced with, I don't know, concrete or something. But it stays cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Like it,
Hmm.
but it's so dark. Like I don't know. There's no.
Ash, 500 laps is a lot of damn laps, especially when they're doing just left turns. Straight left turn. Boring as fuck.
Yep. I always.
Whole lot of left turns.
My husband loved that. That's actually how I met my husband. My first date with him was going to a bar and watching freaking NASCAR, and I was bored out of my mind. I don't know why I had a second date with him because the first one was so freaking. I'm like, who can like this? It's like watching, well, kind of like watching, and you're going to get mad at golf. I thought golf was real boring to watch.
You got to play golf in order to watch golf. I
Yeah,
always say.
after I
Yeah.
started playing, I appreciated it. But when my husband would watch it all the time because he played,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
find it so I'm like, well, how can you watch this? They're just hitting a ball. Like he said, you don't
That's
understand.
what I used to think as well. And you have to understand the game in order to watch it on TV. I'm a firm believer of that because now I could watch it all day long, but before, not a chance.
That's like my grandkids, a few of them play baseball, like,
Mhm.
and before, like, I would go to baseball games here in Pittsburgh, watch the Pirates play. Thought it was boring, couldn't stand it. But when I watched the little ones play, love it. I could watch that all day.
I could
I
watch
could even watch,
sports all day in general. I don't
Mhm.
know. I'm a sports girl.
You like all kinds of sports. What's your favorite to watch?
Mm, probably softball, I'd say. A
Hey,
good
Amanda.
is a good college softball game. That's something that my whole family will watch, so that's probably why.
Hmm. I don't know. My husband's a big hockey. He's crazy about hockey and
I,
football.
I don't
Football.
like hockey.
I love hockey.
I watch it like we had a semi-pro team that was pretty close to us, and because I worked in media, we had to cover a lot of that. And
Oh,
so I would go for that, but I don't know, I'm not a big fan of it.
hey,
I'll watch it, but
ventriloquist. Oh, interesting name. There's been some interesting names in here this morning.
what the heck is Brazzers? M should apply for Brazzers.
I have no idea. You tell me.
I don't know.
M's the soccer mom.
Brazzers is a porn site.
It is? Who
That's
said that?
funny.
Is a
That's
porn
funny.
site? Why would who said that? Who said that?
The
Oh,
ventriloquist.
okay. Well, you're rude,
Do they?
whoever you
How do
are.
they pay? Do they pay all right?
Oh
You
my
know, there's
God.
this thing called OnlyFans. Maybe I'll start, a page on that, and I'll give you
You
all
know
the
what?
link, and
Didn't
you
you
can come
say
watch.
you wanted to start like a phone sex line? You were going to hire Misdemeanor.
Oh my gosh, I was totally kidding, but
I know.
she would make some
You have a
bank.
point. We were laughing about it after you said that. She's like,
Yes.
"Oh, well, how much does it pay?" I said, "I don't know." She says, "I could totally do that."
We should create a business, man. Think of that.
Can you
Just
imagine?
sit on, we could be like cooking dinner and
Yeah,
doing
really. Like,
phone sex
yeah.
and
Yeah, doing our
that-
nails and saying, yeah, oh God, yes, please. Oh, yeah, God. Oh,
do you remember back in the day, it would be like, it's 99 cents a minute, call us today or whatever. You know that, think about this. Dudes, chances are they're buying like 3 minutes worth at the max, and that's enough for them.
uh-huh.
Can't imagine it's too lucrative
Well,
because
that's like the what do you call it? Psychic. Have you ever called that? I've called the psychic line just for the hell of it. And you have to pay so much, for 3 minutes. And then after that, you have to pay so much per minute. Like
me and my brother called the psychic line once when we were kids. My parents got the phone bill. It was like $500. Whoops.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my God. How long were you on there for?
A long time apparently. I don't know. We were little. We were so
Oh my God.
I want to say I was like 8.
Oh, Remy says the 1-900 numbers are like $3.99 a minute. There's a business you could start in.
Yeah, but
Like,
dudes
you
bust
make
so quick that,
Yeah.
like, think about it. I mean, did you hear me yesterday? I said working out is like it burns running burns the same calories as having sex.
Right.
And then I came back with, how the hell do you burn? I can't remember exactly what I said, but it's the same
3 minutes.
scenario. Yeah, it's the same scenario here. I mean, if you're in the sex industry, I'd imagine that it goes pretty fast. I mean, I don't know. I guess there's probably guys out there that it doesn't for, but I can't imagine you'd make too much.
I don't like imagine that's you're talking about phone sex, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But now with the internet, I think would they be satisfied with phone sex or want to go straight to like,
No, because
seeing
you
the
can.
person, seeing the
Well,
person live on a
porn is
camera?
free. They're not paying for it these days anyway. They're going to fucking Pornhub for real. I'm serious.
They can't afford. So for those in the back that can't afford to go to a, to hire
See
a
what they
prop-
want.
to hire
What
a
they want now
sounds pretty
is that OnlyFans, because they can go in there and they can pay for like live interactions with you. So if they want to see something specific, they go into a private room or whatever, and they pay you for each action, I guess. Speaking about OnlyFans, everyone know, truthfully, Trisha, her OnlyFans got leaked. I'm just telling you guys, it is gross. It is so fucking gross.
What is that?
I don't know who's paying for that, but bleh, gross.
Okay, what is it now?
It's a porn site, OnlyFans, where you got to pay,
OnlyFans?
to see dirty things, and she has one, and all of it got leaked, which I think is hilarious. But her stuff on
Wow.
there is so gross.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm sure there's some desperates that are enjoying it, but I don't know. I don't think it's anything
Did
good.
her husband leave her for someone else on YouTube?
I think they were already separated when they got together,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, he's now with someone.
Yeah, but he's
from
with someone from
community.
YouTube, right? Like he's
Yeah,
with someone
yep.
from YouTube. Okay. Because I really never followed her. I mean, I never knew who she was until I heard on Diane and Wendy's, that who she was and about the whole pizza. Did you see the whole pizza funeral thing?
Funeral. Yeah.
That was funny because
Yeah.
people keep bringing it up 4 years later.
I had a lot of respect. She seemed, no, I shouldn't say I had a lot of respect because I didn't know her, but I didn't think that ATX girl was anything, anything too bad. And then what she did to Jenny, like, that girl can eat a bag of dicks for real. If you're listening, eat 2 bags of dicks.
I don't know what she did.
That was a shit move.
What happened?
Whatever.
See, I don't know.
Jenny had her up on panel to do, the interviews that she does on her channel. And she left the interview early to go over and panel up with Laura. I don't want to go into too many details, but it was a shit move.
You can tell me
Come
privately.
on. You commit to something, do it.
Exactly.
Don't then go to their enemy, and that just was a shit move. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever though.
Oh, like we've never seen shit moves on here before. Come on. You heard about that. Were you over at the Truth last night with
Just for a minute. I was bebopping all over the place.
okay. So
Jenny was live at the same time, and you guys know Jenny's my number one. So
right, yeah, I know that. So Life with Jen came in there, and she said, "Am I welcome here?" Well, apparently she had sent an email to Smokey saying that someone had doxed her daughter, and
oh yeah, I was there for that part.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, I'm talking to Miss Demeanor privately, and I said she had better not. She said only certain people have my information. And I had said to her privately, she had better not be insinuating that it's us that did that, because to be honest with you, when that whole thing went down and went away, we have never discussed her nor her daughter, nor either of us even remember her daughter's name. But it was she was just coming in there to just start trouble, and they tried to get her.
Oh, go ahead, hon.
They were trying to get her up on panel, but of course she wouldn't. So
So here's the problem. So if this girl, um, she's been doxxed, right? So at that point, it then becomes very easy to find out all of her information. So at this point, she shouldn't hone in on the usual suspects, like, oh, this person knows my daughter's name. Well, once you're doxxed, anyone with Google in front of them will then know your daughter's name. Unfortunately, that's how it works. So,
exactly.
you know, hopefully
But
it doesn't come.
but
Hopefully
she's
she
done
doesn't
so
try to
many,
point
like,
fingers.
and she stalked me around in different chats and different comments, and it's like, girl, can I block you anymore? Like, just get away from me, leave me alone. I don't care whoever wants to be her friend, like, that's not my business, but I don't want anything to do with her after what she did.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, I don't even, and Hello Starlight even asked me, do you want that whole, recorded discourse? No, I don't even want to see it because I really don't care about it. I don't care about it. It's already been leaked. It's already been put on a video. Our phone call's been put on a panel.
Yep.
You know what? Just do whatever you're going to do with it. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want anything to do with her. I don't want anything to do with, don't insinuate that either us. And to be honest, I don't even remember her kid's name because
I don't have any issue with her. She's
no.
never done anything to me, but I was very turned off the day she paneled up with Mandy Lynn. I don't know why that was just super cringeworthy. Like,
Mhm.
Mandy Lynn was up there trying to be cool, keep herself collected, and I'm telling you, she did way better than I could have done because
Yeah.
my inner bitch would have came out about 3 minutes into that.
Well,
So
our inner bitches last night were ready to face her on that panel. But of course, she went away. Like, when she went up on Laura's panel, she accused me of calling her daughter in the middle of the night and saying disgusting things. And I know anybody knows me, knows I would never do that. Just
right.
piss me off. So I want nothing to do with her. I want her to just stay the hell away from me.
So if you called her daughter, I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes, in her shoes. I mean, if someone was calling my daughter and I thought that that needed to be brought out to the community, that's
Mhm.
like super easy to show proof of.
Oh,
So
definitely.
since that didn't happen,
Yeah,
I don't buy
exactly.
it.
Exactly. Yeah, and she's trying to like play a victim right now, and it sucks because I just want her to stay away from me. And misdemeanor is the same. You did your damage, just go away. Go find another community to like terrorize or whatever you want to do. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't
I
blame you,
just
especially
don't.
because she was so
But,
new. Like, to
but
come in so new to the community, just raising hell. Um, I don't know. Like, to each their own, though, whatever.
and
I
she
just,
lied about. I know she hasn't done, and that's what I said. Make up your own mind. Like, I just don't want her near me. I don't want her in my chat. I don't want her in my comments. If she comments again, I will delete it because I just don't want it. I will
Yep.
screenshot it because I find now, I never believed in screenshotting things, but I believe now, like, I've learned that sometimes you need your proof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I am screaming, she is baiting you in the community. I know, Captain Obvious. I knew exactly what she was doing. I knew she wouldn't come up on panel because she's lying again. She's playing a victim. So
See, I don't know her well enough to make any claims about her like that, but these are just things that I observed. I was there for that day that she ripped Mandy Lynn apart. That was,
oh my
it
God,
just seemed
when she was on my panel,
balanced.
I forgot.
Yeah, it
She
seemed
did that.
crazy to me.
Yeah, she did that to me in private. I never thought she would do that on my panel. I was so in shock when she did that to Mandy Lynn. It was like, Mandy Lynn, do you want to come up? And people were so pissed off at me because,
Yeah.
like, and they were, and rightly so. I should have fucking kicked her off my panel. And I was just in such shock. But she had done that to me privately, like screamed like that. Like she could
Oh,
scream.
not a
Mandy Lynn,
chance.
and she had screamed at someone else, and I won't mention her name because she doesn't want to be like draw attention to her, but she had screamed both of us like that. I mean, literally yelled her head off at us, and it was like
Mm-mm.
crazy. Like, and I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? Unfortunately, with Mandolin, it was publicly, and she was, she couldn't get a word in edgewise, and it just sucked.
Right.
Oh,
I felt bad for her. And, part of me was like, okay, was there things that happened behind the scenes that maybe no one is aware of? But even still, that was so, I don't, I don't
I don't
know,
even remember why she was even.
not cool.
My memory is I don't even remember why she was so mad at her. Like what it was. I can't even remember why she was so mad at Mandolin Day. It was just
Something
like
about clams or some shit, wasn't it?
something about
Like
what?
clams. All I
I
remember is
don't
hearing
even
something about clams.
I don't even remember, to be honest with you, but I remember Mandolin saying, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm like, oh my God. And I had never
I don't
done
remember
the
either.
exact same thing to me, like privately, but like, yeah, she had also left a real nasty comment on Marsha White Sharkey's comment section. And
What did Misdemeanor do when she was freaking out on you like that in public? Because I could see Misdemeanor saying, let me take my hoop earrings out. For real.
we were
Hold my
both,
beer.
we were both in shock. We did not know. I mean, we were blindsided. I mean, just the way she like went off. Carla, can I ask if you believe her family was in the mob as she posted that newspaper article on her channel, just asking to get better? I have no idea. I
Oh,
really,
for fuck's sakes.
I don't
This is
know.
like the
I don't
third
care.
person I've heard lately. Their families in the mob.
Why would she even post that? Like, it doesn't even make sense to me. Whatever. It is what it is. I just think she's crazy. That's all.
If you have family in the mob,
You're not
chances
advertising
are
it.
chances are you grew up knowing that is not something you talk about. So the
Right.
people that are always like, oh, my grandfather is a mob member, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Hey, Amanda. Hey, Amanda.
Yeah, hey, that was, yeah, she was like, that was out of the blue. I have never had problems with her, like, behind the scenes, on YouTube. I just realized, like, the last couple of days before that, she was being really, like, I don't know, standoffish and just rude to me. So I was like, what is your problem? Like, why are you being like this? And
Right.
I did not expect all that. I was like,
Oh, I remember what it was, Amanda. She said, why do you hop off? Because she hopped off. As soon as Amanda came up on panel, she hopped off. And Amanda said, why, come up and talk to me? Why do you always hop off as soon as I hop on? Like,
yeah, because she usually was on panel with me. So I was like, what is going on? What is your problem with me? Why are you, what's going on? So I wasn't like in a Discord or anything with her. So I was like, what in the world is going on?
Right. And that's when she just, I'll tell you what's going on, just screaming. I mean, Amanda, you have to believe me. I was in big a shock as you. She had screamed at me before privately, but I did not see that coming. I just like, whoa.
No, I could tell you were in total shock. Everybody on the panel was like, what are you talking about?
And not only
Wasn't
that,
it something to do with clams? Like, why do I remember clams being discussed?
I don't know about clams. But
I can't even, all I remember is she like, I thought she had lost her mind like this year because she was acting so, emotional.
Right.
But it was like 20 years ago, and I was just total insane. I didn't even know how to react.
well, and I'll tell you, people in my chat were so disgusted with me for allowing her to speak to Amanda like that, because Amanda, I mean, everybody knows Amanda. She was fairly new, and she just went off on her. And I'm like, my jaw literally was on the floor. Like,
well, I didn't blame you because I thought that you might get shot too. Like how you were out, you were like,
well, even what she said didn't make sense. Like, it didn't make any sense to me.
No, it was like making no sense. And I'm pretty sure she's trying to bait everybody with this whole her kid being doxxed thing because for like 3 days everybody was saying she was that account. She was not saying she was not that account. And now I'm not that account. Okay.
Well, here's what I think, and you can, tell me your opinion or not. I think she trolls herself. She doxes herself because there are people that do that, and then she plays a victim. And
I'm pretty sure that's what she's doing. No, not Kayla. Oh, the Life of Jen weirdo, like months ago. She's trying to come back around.
Yeah.
I'm always careful with that when people say, oh, they're trolling themselves or doxing themselves, because I've watched situations where I know for a fact it's not them doing it. For instance, let's take the Remy situation. Everyone was saying that she had like 15 accounts trolling herself, and I knew damn well that it wasn't her doing it. There was a comment that was put out about me when I was doxxed saying that maybe I did that to myself. Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me?
No,
I spent all that time trying to hide my identity. I'm just going to roll up and dox my whole family?
Well, the reason that I think there might be some truth to this one is because for like days everybody was saying that's Life with Jen, and she was saying hi, had a wrench in there and Republican ashes. And after that happened, that wasn't me. She's been around the whole time. She was associated with this account way before that, never disputed it until after that.
Oh, I gotcha. I see what you're saying now. Huh.
Yeah. And I know for a fact she lied because she went on Laura's panel one time and said that I called her in the middle of the night and threatened her daughter. Get the hell out of here. I mean, after she handed over all that stuff over to Mandy Bell, I said, no, I don't want nothing to do with her. I blocked her everywhere. I guess my phone, I didn't do it right on my phone. On Facebook, on YouTube, everywhere I could block her, I blocked her. So last night when she came into that chat and was saying that stuff, and I messaged Misdemeanor. I said, she had better not be insinuating you and me, because she said, it's got to be someone I told the information to. I'm like, no, bitch, because when we left there, we don't even remember what her kid's name is, to be honest with you.
I figured she was going to try to blame you guys for BTS, just to be honest. That's where I figured she was going with that.
Yeah, me too. And that's why I said, no, that ain't going to work, because a lot of people in here know exactly what you're about. So just go away. Find another community.
Yeah, find a different community, girl. There's no coming back from what you did. Like, you went way overboard.
Exactly.
You just got to do what you're doing, and everyone just needs, if everyone truly doesn't want her around, just keep ghosting her. Yep. You see her pop up.
Yeah, I won't even. This is the most I've talked about her, and that's only because of last night, because people were confused. This account called like something Rain or something Sabrina, but they had a wrench in Republican ashes for a couple days.
Yeah, I blocked when she came in here as Life with Jen. Immediately blocked her.
I felt bad, Carla, because I asked a question about.
And that's it. She wouldn't come up on.
I asked a question about a dental question, and all of a sudden, the person that answers me is Life with Jen, and then Remy timed her out and was like, "What the heck is going on here?"
Yeah. Yep.
Lily, I don't even think Laura has any contact with her. Like, Laura said she's been trying to email her and she's not emailing her back. I don't think so. I don't.
And that goes to show you, if even Laura doesn't want anything to do with her, there's you should go away. Like, just go away. You know what?
Yeah, that's how I think. I don't know, other people, but like, I don't think anybody that does Live a lot is in contact with her. I don't think so.
Well, the people that are important to me and who come in to my chat know who I am. They know I'm not doing that. So, I mean, other people, that they want to be friends with her, that's fine. But, I'm
my wind-up dolls are arguing. Yeah, that's my fake kids.
Yeah, your fake kids. You have fake
Sounds
kids?
like several fake kids in the background.
Yeah, I have fake kids. They're fake. I just have some wind-up dolls open.
She has several fake kids and several fake fathers of those kids who they are all living with. they're making a lot of noise for kids that don't even live with
I
you.
know. I can hear them all over here.
I had a fake job for a while. I'm trying to think of what else. I had all, my
I
whole
have a
life
fake-
was fake, apparently.
I have a fake husband, so we all have something fake in our lives. Isn't that funny how that goes?
Oh, whatever. I prefer to think my kids are fake.
Oh, Tuck says we have a bond. He has fake kids too.
Y'all, you have fake kids.
I think everybody has fake some. Well, Amanda, you're the best. You have triplets, and they have all different fathers. Like I like
I
how,
know. My mother's a miracle. I'm telling you.
and they don't live with you, so you must be getting one hell of a child support check every month. So
I know. I do. I mean, 'cause they're the identical ones. Like they don't even have the same dad, so I'm doing pretty good over here.
Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe. That's why they got all different dads, right?
Yes, exactly.
Ash says she better be ready for the hell of a storm she's going to get trying to come back here. She'd be best to just slither back under a rock, and she did for a while, and then all of a sudden she's back. So I
I
don't know.
knew she wasn't gone. People like her don't leave. They just don't. They don't leave.
Well, yeah, that reminds me of someone else that goes every once in a while and then resurfaces. You know what I mean? And I'm not mentioning any names because I don't want this to come back. Someone disappears and comes back, and someone disappears. Hi, Bullets. How are you? I tried to kick TJ out of my bed one night. Laura said I wasn't married, so I went in there, woke him up, and told him to sleep. And told him to get out. He wasn't impressed.
This place is crazy.
I remember I said, "Who is this man sitting in my bed?" She said, "I'm not really married. I'm a guy."
I know. Yeah, this place is crazy. Actually, this is the craziest I've ever seen on social media since I've been on social media. I've been on Facebook since 2009. And
Mhm.
then, just, on YouTube for a year and a half. And this is the craziest I've ever seen. Like, I've ever experienced myself on YouTube.
Well, I think it's Corona, and it's bringing really people that are already unstable. It's really, bringing it out.
Yeah.
I think on YouTube, it's now entertainment to fuck people up. Like what? Like that's what people do. They play little detectives and stuff. It's like they always have a case that they're working on for like forever.
Oh
And
my
the case
God.
is like who this is or that is or whatever. I did that stuff for like 2 weeks. You guys all know the situation I'm referring to. And that was enough for me. Like I just want to come on here and talk about this type of stuff.
Yeah, and here's the thing that's funny. Who made these people detectives? Did they go to like freaking YouTube detective school? Like, what are you investigating? Who?
I don't know.
I don't get it. I'm sorry, I just don't. Sorry. I think it's kind of funny, but I think
I think they need hobbies for real, and I mean that in the most sincere way. Because when I had all the time in the world on my hands, I was doing things that I never would do at this point on here. You know what I mean? Now that I get out of the house, go for a walk,
Yeah.
put your phone down
And-
for a minute.
Yeah, the YouTube detectives are always fun.
And I know Amanda does. She'll like go off. I'm taking the kids for ice cream, or I'm taking the kids here, or I'm taking the kids to the park. And you're the same. Like, you log off and you don't watch YouTube. And here I'm the same after my streams in the morning. I go off and me and Misdemeanor are talking about everything but YouTube. I'm sorry, we don't talk about YouTube. Hi, Robbie. So, and I'm happier now.
Some on here, I think they get in too deep, and then it becomes the norm. To like I said, their entertainment is trying to figure out who can fuck who up, and it's I don't know.
Here's the thing. I
Gets old
get
after a
people
while.
wanting to defend themselves when people are lying and lying and lying on you, because I've done it. But at a certain point, you just give up. Like, people are going to believe what they believe. And if you want to believe, a liar, that's up to you. But I do get when someone feels the need to go up and defend themselves.
So do I.
You
But
know,
I will always say that the truth always comes out. Do
exactly.
not judge someone based on one situation. Let time pass.
Right.
You know, wait to judge a person until you've seen them behave outside of that situation.
Right, because their behavior, I always say a leopard doesn't change its spots. If they're going to be a shitty person, they're going to show you their spots eventually. Yeah, so hopefully you had someone to draw you a bubble bath. Takes the something, I don't know, scary out. Takes the scary out. Someone, Captain, he wasn't happy, and that made it even funnier to me. Hey, sorry, kids needed me. I'm listening though. That's fine. Oh shit, Siri came on.
Those fake kids of yours, man.
Yeah, I know, and they all have different. You know, I'd like to know how she had triplets with 3 different fathers. Like, that amazes me. That still amazes me. She should have.
I know you can have twins with different fathers. Did you know that?
I did know about the twin things. I really did. I really
I
did.
mean, think about it. Can you do the same with triplets? I don't know.
I have no idea. Wouldn't they have to
That
be
would
like,
that would be the worst luck in the world if
oh my
you ended
God.
up pregnant with triplets by 3 different dudes. I mean, you kind of had to have been getting it on pretty frequently to have that happen. Even for twins, man.
Wouldn't it
It
have?
doesn't ha-
Wouldn't it have to happen in the same night? I mean, wouldn't you have to have all 3? Like, you wonder if porn stars, they're always screwing, all multiple people. Maybe that's happened there. I don't know. That'd be weird, though. So weird. Well, many of us come
I
from the
don't know.
Facebook groups, but some people haven't gone back to working on cases, kind of are stuck here. I am back to true crime, but made many friends here, so I stopped by. Oh, that's cool, Blaze. I've made good friends on here too. Like, but I know there's certain people I just want to stay away from, and that's just my choice. I don't tell anybody else how who to choose as their friend. Because I remember, Ams, you came in one day and you said, "Oh, I'm not going to be very popular because some of the chats I was in." I'm like, if someone's
I was being a
chasing
wise ass that day. You know that, right?
you, what?
I was being a wise ass that day
Oh
because
no,
of
I thought
something
you
that
were
had been
serious
said.
because some
No,
people,
I wasn't serious. The
some
day before, someone said, "Oh, now you see how I feel." It was the Republican Ash and the Wendy situation.
oh,
So someone said, "Oh, now you see how I feel because
oh,
of what Ems did." Well, totally different situation because these are chats that Ems went in and day out for months and months and months and months. It wasn't as though I saw out a panel, of my friend's enemy just to hop on and be a dick. So
mhm,
it's not the same, but
right.
whatever. So I was being a wise ass that
I
day,
don't
Carl.
watch who people like, and I've said this over and over in here. I don't care where you go. I don't know care who you talk to, but just be respectful to me and my people that are in here, and I don't care. I'm not chasing people all over YouTube and saying, oh, "You're in that chat. Oh my God, you can't come in mine." Hell
That's how
no.
I am too, especially now at this point in YouTube. Who cares? Pay
Yeah.
attention to what they're saying. If they're in a chat and they're shit talking you, that's a little different situation. But if they're in a chat just having normal conversations,
Right.
I'm gonna like I'm not gonna be cool with you just because of who you were talking to. No, I don't think so.
No, because that's like, what is it, like high school stuff? You can't sit at the popular table. You got to sit over there. It's silliness.
Stupid.
It is. It is. But you see that a lot. I'm not in the cool group. Okay. I'm like, we're not cool. We just have fun in the morning and talk about whatever.
We have our own table. We're like the weird people table. Like think
We're the
about
geek-
we're all the weirdos, the outcasts that
YouTube geeks. But we have fun, so we're not hurting anybody. And that's the biggest thing for me is let's not hurt anybody. Let's not talk about, yeah, I know I talked a little bit about, Life with Jen this morning only because of what was said last night. But other than that, I'm not going to be mentioning people's names and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I like visiting. Oh, thank you, Linky. I appreciate that. And I got the nicest email yesterday. And it's from someone that has a fairly big channel, like over almost 40,000 people. And it's not Miss Fucking Wonderful, but and someone that has a big channel. And she said she listens to me when she's sitting by the pool. And she said one day she was listening. I think she said she was listening to Laura. And she was listening to the thing and it was up real loud and some people came over and she goes, "Oh my God, did I play that? No, was I playing that too loud?" And they said, "No." They said, "This is better than a soap opera." So they all sat around her and were listening to her stream.
It sort of is. I mean,
And that's what I'm trying to tell my husband. I like I'll say, "I have to go on. I have to find out what's going on." Why? Oh, because of the title, you know what I mean? Because some of the titles are clickbait, let's face it. Come on. Yeah.
look at what Ash just put. Did y'all know that dudes can end up with 2 dicks? That sounds fun.
Get out of
I
here.
did not know that.
Really? Really?
I knew that
Robbie's
they could.
gonna like that.
I knew that they could be born with both sets of equipment, but I didn't know that they could have
2 dicks?
multiple weenies. That's awesome.
Wow. That's like a snake with 2 heads. Is Robbie in here? Robbie, you hear that? You gotta Google. We were Googling porn stars yesterday. Oh my God, it's so funny. Maxie, are you ready for your haunted grave? Oh, are you going to a haunted graveyard tomorrow, Robbie? Ooh, I gotta watch that if I could stay up.
Why you were Googling
We were
porn stars yesterday? I thought I was in chat most of the day. I didn't hear anything about that.
who is the rock star? The porn
Oh,
star.
Adam Levine. That's not a porn star.
Dave Robbie
You know
knew
what's
somebody
funny?
that was a porn star, I think, and someone else went to school or something with someone that was a porn star. So of course I had to go home and Google them.
He's hot.
Oh, the one that
No,
Robbie told me about looks just like Robbie. I'm sure it's
yeah,
Robbie.
he's hot. And his girlfriend was like covering up his junk with her hand. Is that the picture you're referring to?
Are we talking about Adam Levine?
Uh-huh.
I think he's hot. Do you know someone said he only washes his butt once a month?
Gross.
Pretty gross.
So I posted on my community post, it showed Adam Levine, and then next to it, it showed the guy from, oh my goodness, what's the show that Carol Baskin is on? What documentary is it? Tiger King. It showed the Tiger King boyfriend, and it showed Adam and the Tiger King boyfriend, and it's like Adam Levine, and then what you get, Adam Levine from Wish or whatever. Oh my gosh, looks just like him, just like a bad version of him. I never put 2 and 2 together until I saw that meme. But I would take Adam Levine in a heartbeat. I don't know if he's necessarily hall pass material, but he's all right.
Oh, Adam Levine? Oh, I think he is. Matthew McConaughey, I think is really good looking too. 3 husbands or 3 vajayjays. What are you talking about?
I think my biggest hall pass would be Channing Tatum any day of the week. And
Who?
I just found this dude that's a Channing Tatum lookalike on TikTok. Oh my God, it's scary how similar they look. But I followed him so fast.
You follow him?
My ultimate hall pass.
Ams.
I follow him. TikTok looks just like him.
You're roboting, girl. You are roboting.
Am I now?
A little bit. I mean, I can make out what you're saying, but you're roboting a little bit.
It's my
Did you move? Did you go outside or something?
good old internet. No, I'm still sitting in the same spot. I bet you if I'm roboting, I have a text or something coming in.
Yeah, you're still rowboating a little bit, not as bad. I don't have a double dick friend. I think he's actually from the UK. Oh God. Why do we know this stuff? I learned so much on this channel. You would not believe the things I've learned since I started going live. When are you going live again, by the way, Miss?
Really? Channing Tatum drinks a lot?
They
That
say,
means he's got whiskey dick, man. I
what is whiskey
I
dick?
didn't know that.
Tell me what that is. It's soft. Is it soft?
You don't know
No,
you don't
what?
know you
No.
don't know what whiskey dick is? I better be quiet. My husband is just rolling in on lunch break. I'm out here talking about bad things that he shouldn't be talking about.
Where have
Hi,
you been?
honey.
We actually talk about bad things almost every morning, Kim. Where have you been? Milking cucumbers. Yeah, like we do. Hey,
I
Max.
should go ask him if he'd ever give me a hall pass for Channing Tatum. I wonder what his reaction would be. I bet he'd let me do it.
Really? Come on. Oh, it's limp. That's what whiskey dick is. It's a limp dick.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
see,
You've never
I
heard
didn't
that
know-
phrase?
No, I haven't. See, I'm like so totally not with it. I didn't know I didn't know what teabagging was. I didn't know what a lot of things were. I didn't even know what scissoring was. Okay. I thought scissoring was spooning. And I said one time, like, me and my husband scissor all the time because I thought it was spooning. I seriously thought it was spooning. I'm like, someone says, nah, he doesn't have the parts to scissor with you. I'm like, oh, okay. And then someone told me what it was. I'm like, oh my God. Seriously, I thought it was spooning.
Yep. No, that's what it is.
Oh my God, Carla's saying limp dick. I can't. Ash gave me a timeout last night, and she used 3 names. I
You
can't
know
remember.
how bad that would suck?
Scissor Sisters? What?
You know, past Channing Tatum, and then he ends up with whiskey dick. That would be like, you know, that song, Isn't That Wrong? That would be like a perfect part of that song. Think of how bad that would suck.
I really, seriously, I don't know.
I can tell my husband is looking at me, wondering, what the hell are you talking about?
Does he know you go on, does he know you go on my panel like in the morning and stuff? Does he get mad about that?
Yeah, he lets. No, because I mean, what else am I going to be doing right now? Having coffee.
Really? Yeah, see, my husband and
I'm
someone asked me that
roboting.
this morning. Someone asked me about that this morning. Like, does your husband know what you do? Yeah, he does, but I mean,
Mhm.
why would I hide? Because someone asked me too. Someone in another chat, they were trying to be smart and said, "Does your husband know what you do?" I'm like, "Yeah. Why? Do you want to tattle on me or something?" Sporking? What's sporking? Ash, what is sporking? Oh, I don't have an idea what sporking. I don't have an idea what that is. I'm not quite sure. Is that when you're like kind of spooning, but something's like inserted somewhere? I don't know. Is it? I don't know.
That's just the tip. Just the tip.
Or is it just this tip?
Sporking.
Oh my God. Maxie, it would be that scissor, sispoon. Sispoon? Sispoon. I have no idea. Like, I don't think you guys are teaching me all this sex stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start bringing it up to my husband. He's gonna say, "Where the hell did you learn all this stuff?" Oh, on my live stream this morning.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
I've learned some sick shit on here for real. Like
Oh,
some stuff I just would be better off not knowing.
I've learned a lot of sick
And then
stuff.
I'll ask my husband if he knows what it is. And he always knows. So he must know a lot of sick shit too.
Winky Whisper says, "Hey Carla, spork is a spoon and a fork put together as one utensil." I think we were talking like more like in sexual terms. Winky, we were being kind of naughty this morning. Someone said something about we talked about scissoring, then spooning, and then sporking, and I have no idea what. Well, now I do. Now I know what sporking is. What are cock cages?
I still don't know what it is.
Is that like? Are you talking about cockfights, Ash? When she's saying cock cages, I have no idea.
No, I know what a cock cage is. I do.
I don't know. What is it?
That's like exactly what it sounds like.
You put.
Exactly what it sounds like. It's like,
I never started it.
uh-huh. And you look it
I
up.
might have started it. Say hello. Everybody say hello to Miss Demeanor. She's in the dentist chair. I don't know if she's listening to us right now, but she's in the dentist chair. She said she's waiting to see the dentist. Like, I know toothache. You've probably never had a toothache because you've never had a cavity. So, like, that sucks. Not that you've never had one. I'm glad for you. That
Yeah, you still gotta go though.
You've had a toothache?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I've never, like, it never. So I had to have my wisdom teeth out, and that was not very, that didn't feel very good. I'm sorry. I'm like reading some of this stuff. It's the act of spooning with an addition of an erection. So that's what sporking is.
Oh my goodness. Well, so it's just there. Like any man that's
normal. That's normal though. Come on.
Man that spoons with his, significant other had an erection, I think.
That's like a dude saying, "I just want to give you a massage." Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God.
I just wanted a massage and ended up with children.
My husband. Oh my God.
Just wanted a back rub.
Can you give me a massage? My massages last about 2 minutes, and then it's like, wow. Then he got it, where does his hands end up? You know where they end up. Oh my God. Yeah. A massage isn't. What's a cream pie? Jodi Arias? I don't get that. A cream pie, Jodi Arias. I don't understand that. Jodi Arias was evil. Evil. To insert a spork into something, someone sporked my lawn last night. See more words with the same meaning, eating utensil. Oh my God, we're bad. We are bad. So what was Jenny's about last night? Who did she have? Did she have a lot of people on? Were you on her panel?
No, I was listening. She was interviewing that bombshell girl.
Oh yeah, who is that? I went in there for a minute. Who is Bombshell?
I don't know.
Does she have a channel? I thought you would know. Does she do that awards thing still? Because I haven't seen that.
Yeah. She was sick for a while, so.
Oh, okay. Is she okay? Did she catch it?
Yeah, she's struggling to get over. She's struggling to get over the pneumonia. Yeah.
Oh my.
And then she ended up with the bug, and.
I was thinking about this too. These people that recently have gotten pneumonia, have they? Is it a lot? Is some of this pneumonia that people have been getting, is that related to the corona? I know you don't think yours was, but I
don't think mine was, but I definitely think she had it.
Yeah, because it just seems like the people that have been diagnosed with pneumonia and stuff, they have been having a hell of a time getting over. And hers was quite a while ago that she had it, didn't she? Like, wasn't it a while ago?
Started getting sick months ago. Yeah, same with Starlight, right around the same time.
Yeah, and I believe Starlight is still got some residual effects from it. So,
lung damage.
Yeah, and
I think that's why they're struggling to get over it, is because I think that it's COVID, but again, it might not be. But I think their lungs are having a very difficult time repairing themselves.
Yeah, because it just seems like it's lasting a long time. Because I know Jenny Jen had it like quite a while ago, and she said,
Yeah.
I think it comes back even. I mean, I've heard people say, yeah, this is the first bout, and then I'm going to get it again. And that's what's scary about it. It's just like scary.
I agree. All right,
Yeah.
Carla, I gotta hop down.
Yeah, I think
My
I'm
husband's
gonna
here for
close
lunch, so I'm gonna chat with him before he's gotta
Okay,
leave.
thanks for coming up, Ems. You know I love
You're
you.
welcome.
All right, you
Bye.
take care. Bye, girl. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna shut down. It's been 3 hours and 30, and I want to find out how misdemeanor's doing. So love you guys. Thanks for coming in today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Wait, let me wave to you guys. Bye. There you go. Bye.